talent probably should have been behind tables with security guards on each side. That's what they do for a lot of big celebrities at Comic-Con and other events. When I did my book tour, I had to be behind a table at public events. I was in the content creator space myself. I was even nervous myself. I had 2 men travel to TwitchCon specifically to confront me. I had so many threats and people threatening to me. I have no streamer beef, but like, you know, whatever. I have a very well-known stalker who constantly tries to attend events that I'm at. Like, I had to be escorted out of a VidCon panel a couple years ago by 4 security guards.
Taylor, the music's on. The intro's over. Stop self-promoting. Okay, Hassan fans have not been taking the Ludwig news well. Now, if you think you understand the Ludwig stuff, unless you were active about 30 minutes before stream started, something has dramatically changed for Ludwig, but I'm not going to tell you what it is until we get there. We have to go narratively driven here. So you got Gato Fumador saying that this is the Yakubian devil. Awesome. This is after Ludwig said Hassan definitely owns a shock collar. Now, what do you think they're talking about here?
Nick just started insulting me viciously on Twitter.
I had regular YouTubers reach out to me.
I've been waiting patiently like a good boy for Gear of War 2 and 3 to be remastered.
I would love to. You get my pain. I would get, actually, I'd love 3. All right, sorry. I had a YouTuber reach out to me and go, well, what did Ludwig do? And I said, well, he overcorrected so hard for his hatred of hatred of the people who are critical of Hassan Piker. He went out of his way to say that he wouldn't attend Hassan's funeral and that they were never friends to begin with. And they told me I was like, they thought I was kidding. They thought I was lying. Like, wait, really? What are you talking about? Because it's so irrational that Ludwig would go from sweeping to I wouldn't even go to your funeral to like support people during the time that you die. That's, yeah, wait, what? Yeah, it doesn't sound like something, it sounds like something that wouldn't happen. It sounds like an AI clip has like snuck through, right? How dare, yeah, it's going to say it.
Tweet on Nicholas DeOrio.
Keffels appreciated the shout out.
How dare Gato Fumador slander the great name of Jakob, peace be upon him.
Dude, the Yakubians. People...
What's the name of the guy, Keemstar Orbiter? Nick Oreo. Mr. Oreo.
I like this one. And people wonder why Ludwig isn't liked by a lot of people. Excuse me? Wait, what are you talking about? You guys were the ones who were defending him. This guy is friends with a dude who made AI porn deep fakes of women. Oh, wow. So that's a shot at, didn't he even make them? He went to a website that had them. Ludwig making public allegations that directly contradict everything that he has said, instead of asking Hassan, oh yeah, he needs to go to the house to identify it. Again, you don't have to ask QT. She literally fucking said it was a shock collar. Like, his girlfriend is the one who identified the... That's so funny, dude. What does QT see in Ludwig? Oh, God. Dude, now they're trying to be like, you need to break up with that man's. It's so funny, dude. Holy crap. But Zach Bussy came in and said why he lost confidence in Twitch's executive team. Let's see what Bussy has to say about this.
Twitch's focus is on culture. Culture. And they're going to continue saying it, and they're going to continue doing things that are focused on culture. Hollywood, celebrities, major events. And so the average individual, the average creator on this platform...
I'm sorry, is it Bussy? It's Zach Bussy.
Platform is no longer the main concern for leadership at this company. It is why I am rather... I've lost a lot of enthusiasm for...
Dude, Zach Bussy, and who's the other guy? Who's the other asshole who would make these Twitch defense videos every time there'd be a controversy? He's like the other... It's like a Keemstar of gaming, but he's not like hated. Fuck, I can't remember his name. Jake Lucky. Yeah, Jake Lucky and Zach Bussy would sweep for Twitch constantly. So the fact that even they are calling this out is pretty significant.
I've lost a lot of enthusiasm for people that I previously didn't necessarily have anything against in terms of Twitch leadership. Now I don't think that there's any redemption for any of the executive team anymore.
Yo! All right, so we talked about Cutie Cinderella, we talked about the content, we talked about Ludwig and his statement about how he wouldn't even go to Hassan's funeral, and obviously Cutie Cinderella spends a lot of time with Hassan Piker. They're friends, right? Like, she attends like things at his house, they collaborate. So Cutie's in a horrible situation because her husband said that he doesn't even want to be friends with Hassan. And after they're done, like, kind of social climbing off each other or whatever, doing the content that they're doing, he never wants to really talk to them again, or probably will never speak to them again. So Cutie is just like, I can't do this anymore. Being optimistic is apparently being a spineless, fence-sitting bitch. Thank you for the heads up, everybody. So she's taking a lot of shit for this. And then Ethan kind of jumps in here and says, hey, people maybe lay off, right? She's in impossible situations here. No matter what side you're on, she seems like a very nice person who got unfortunately messed up in a volatile situation, which I think is fair. I think the biggest issue that I have with Cutie Cinderella is after she told everybody it was a shock collar, and she was the one who basically essentially confirmed it, then she got mad at the FaZe guys for getting it clipped, even though she is the one who said something out of turn, which I think is pretty fucking cringe. And I obviously think the chestnuts roasting thing is really funny still. But yeah, she's getting a lot of hate from basically both sides of this now. And it's because of comments, I guess, that it's things that Hassan has done and comments that her boyfriend has made. So that's not necessarily fair to her. Nobody really cares about the issue that I have with her. Everyone just kind of seems like they're mad about, I guess, random crap. So Ludwig has come out and walked his take back. A shocker to no one. Slave Wig is back on the menu.
But I want to make sure if I know something, speak honestly. After my stream, I got close-up pictures of the
Nick
shock
just
collar.
started insulting me viciously on Twitter.
On my mother's life. I didn't see prongs. I'm pretty sure it's a vibrate collar.
I mean, this guy is actually dumb as rocks. This guy is actually, dude, Jellywig is actually dumb as rocks. Actually, why? Okay, first of all, why would you say that? He's obviously not even informed on the tape part, but why would you ever call it a shock collar, even if you didn't know? If you didn't know
something, speak honestly. After my stream, I got close-up pictures of the shock collar. On my
So Hassan put the call in.
mother's life. I didn't see prongs. I'm pretty sure it's a vibrate collar. So maybe I should have said 99% sure instead of 100. I'm not making any other comments about whether he has a shock collar, has shocked, or
his spine wiggles more than my avatar. Thank you.
whatever. I never made a comment saying he shocked her to begin with, but I just genuinely saw a picture of it after. It did have tape, and the tape
Are you okay, bro? Are you actually fucking kidding?
was...
So he buys the tape thing. And no, tell me right now he's going to repeat Taylor. He's going to say it's to cover the phone number. Please tell me it's to cover the phone number.
I think it was covering or had his phone number on it.
Bro, he just watched the Taylor video. This is why I say her content's fucking dangerous. This is the average user who's too fucking retarded to, I guess, look up anything associated with it. He watched the Taylor video. He's been thoroughly convinced. Holy fuck, dude.
Or some shit. That's what the tape was. I think it was like covering a written... And I saw pictures on my mother's life. I saw a picture of it. Perhaps he went out and bought one.
Bro, there were 100 pictures, like, for weeks. For like 2 weeks now. The pictures have been everywhere. Yes.
Perhaps he went out and bought one, and this was
Bro, this guy's on day 2 of the drama, and it's been like 2 weeks. He's unironically, he just looped back to like day 2 of the drama. I think that literally yesterday or 2 days ago was probably the first fucking time he even thought about the story. Because this is where we were. This is like a take I would have given within hours of this shit coming out.
ruse to fool me, perhaps. Stop farming it. I'm not farming it, but like I genuinely saw it. So it's like, am I supposed to sit here and not say I saw it? Because I saw this after I did the stream. Should I lie? Should I lie and say
your girlfriend went to his house and confirmed it was a shock collar? There is literally no excuse to be this retarded. There's no how? Your girlfriend is the one who confirmed it.
I didn't? I don't love this shit, bro. I'm just genuinely sitting here.
How is he this stupid?
Human, I saw it with my own eyes. And I went on live saying that it was a shock collar. So now I'm saying I saw it with my own eyes.
Holy fuck, dude. Average Hassan fan. No, he's a tanky. Wait, what? You might as well call people the hard R if you're going to be throwing the... What? Dude, tanky is as bad as the N-word. That's like an IWZ take. Bro broke free. I mean, this is crazy.
What's the name of the guy
Same
from Keemstar
exact
Orbiter?
language.
Nick Oreo.
Wait,
Mr.
what is this clip?
Oreo.
Is it a different clip?
And they have like the same ad hominem attacks, you know.
Is he... Wait, whoa, I thought this was the same one.
Virgin? No, I am not.
Has he also... I don't think so.
Donald Trump would say to me if I was talking to him in a debate.
What?
Spineless, you would hide your zombie bite if you were in a zombie apocalypse, etc.
Okay, this clip is horrible. Wait, what is in here?
And what I noticed...
Oh, it's buffering.
...is when Hassan fans were mad at me, they co-opted the same exact language that the group of people who they hate.
Oh, okay. So he's saying that like all these people all like the Destiny people, all the Ethan people hate him or whatever. And as soon as the Hassan, yeah, again, this is just online hate mobs. Literally nobody's a fan of you. They're a fan of what you're saying at a given moment. When you're covering drama, there are plenty of people who are fans of Ludwig, but whenever you're getting an influx of new viewers to talk about a drama, they just want to hear like somebody say what they're looking for.
Right? Maybe like some right-wing grifters, whatever, slop tubers, whatever. They use the same, like, bar for bar.
He's a recovering slop tuber. He doesn't make bad drama videos anymore.
Nicholas!
They use the zombie.
He just makes bad regular videos now.
Comment. And so I realized then that, like, oh, wow, it's actually just basically online bullying to try to get me
What's
to
the name
join.
Of the guy, Keemstar Orbiter,
Like, either...
Nick Oreo.
Wait, this is so
Mr.
funny.
Oreo.
He's like, dude, I'm realizing Hassan's audience was like online bullying me, trying to get me to fucking like agree with all their talking points. So anyways, I actually now agree with all their talking points. I promise you, it has nothing to do with any of that stuff I just said, but I saw the collar, guys, and well, I think that Taylor Lorenz drives a really... Taylor Lorenz is really fucking making a convincing argument here. Isn't this going to make everybody angry at him? This is a Brad Taste in Music level fuck up. None of the Hassan people are happy about this.
Keemstar Orbiter,
Now everybody
Nick
else is
Oreo.
bashing the fuck out of him
Mr.
again.
Oreo.
He probably had like one day of like only one audience hating him, and from now on it'll just be everybody. So not only did this guy come out and say, hey, the only stuff that I do online is basically for profit. I have zero principles on anything. I literally would never talk to these people again if I wasn't clap sharking off of them, and I won't even go to Hassan Piker's funeral after defending him for like 2 years. After all of that, he now comes out and then aligns back with
What's
Hassan.
the name of the guy, Keemstar Orbiter, Nick
Pissing
Oreo.
off the other side
Mr.
of the
Oreo.
argument. So everybody just hates him now, and he looks like a fraud. I don't really know how this is a big win for Ludwig. Huge Ludwig L. Bro got the call from his girlfriend. I don't even know why. His girlfriend's the one who confirmed it. Hassan said it has the capacity to shock, so now it doesn't. I didn't even hear that clip. Now Hassan is just straight up admitting it's a shock collar. Wait, what? Is that true? I didn't see that. If you send me the clip, I'll play it, but why would his phone number be on the back if he has an AirTag? Oh, dude, what if the AirTag fails? My God, get a backbone. Yeah, nobody's happy about that tag.
I recommend watching
And,
Nicholas DeOrio's latest video.
On my mama. Oof chat. Can we get 5 big booms for Ludwig's mom? Collision, 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 collision.
Amazing. That's great. So, Denim's actually covered this, and I'm sure we're just going to hear the Ludwig take. I might as well just play this at the beginning as a recap, but I think she does speak in it.
Streamers, I said, like, yeah, there are some streamers that just, like, they give me the wrong vibe. Or, like, there are some streamers I just, like, I don't know.
It's weird. The minute that he said he doesn't like Hassan Piker anymore, suddenly the vibes were so off, you know? I mean, this guy's been like a spineless, zero backbone loser for the entire time that I've known of him, right? But thank God we could finally come to those conclusions.
What's the name of the guy, Keemstar Orbiter, Nick Oreo.
Thank you.
Mr. Oreo.
Oh, man. Or, like, I have my opinions on it.
Oh, fuck.
I have my opinions on it, but, like, people aren't ready for it. I will say, Ludwig is definitely one of them. Where Ludwig kind of always gave me, like, sociopath vibes. Like,
Ludwig has always given me sociopath vibes, but I only noticed it the day that he didn't like Hassan.
he's just in it for himself, and he doesn't give a shit about anyone else. And he's always given me that vibe. He's, like, there's a look that people give you. I think it's, like, social anxiety kind of made me more powerful.
By the way, for the donor, it's Smith and Walensky's. That's the steak place. Sorry. Smith and Walensky's. I'll bring it up again at the
And
end.
made me capable of, like, reading people a little bit better so that I can perceive the situation correctly, so I can act correctly. But there are people who talk to you and they look at you, and there are people that talk to you and they look past you. And I don't
You have literally no idea what a sociopath is. You're actually
know
insane.
how else to describe this phenomenon. I will say,
This is career suicide? I mean, oh, Ludwig? Yeah, it is. For Ludwig, I mean, this is a really bad idea. For Denims, it's a Tuesday. She just lies about people constantly.
and it impacts how I judge people a lot. Whether someone looks at you or looks past you. I will say, in a very bizarre turn of events.
This is like when they were talking about Ethan's posture. She's just trying anything she can to, I guess, intrude into this conversation. Yeah, look at the way he stares at you.
XQC was definitely someone who looked at me, not past me. And Lud was definitely someone who looked past me.
I think most people look past you.
Like, I don't know what other words to use to describe this.
I think you're oftentimes looked past for better streamers. Yeah, probably.
You know. Like, there's a level of, like...
He probably thought you were Hassan's staff. Oh, okay, you're gonna take my coat? Okay, thank you.
I don't want to call it intimacy because that's not the right word. or rather people have a certain
Hey, where is your where is your flat circular tray? I want to put my champagne down.
connotation with that word that
Can you bring this into the back, please?
makes it into something more like romantic or sexual, and that's not my intention. And
Thank you for hitting the goal. You guys earned another goal.
I mean, like intimacy in the most platonic way. So I'll try and find a better word, but like there are people who like
Just say he creeped you out. It's still like a lie, but
hear what you're saying, and there are people that are trying to listen to what you're saying. And this was always a sus vibe. This was always
so he didn't take you seriously enough at an event, so you think he's a sociopath.
a sus. I was always like, dude, this guy is definitely just like in it for himself. He's just gonna get his bag and like he's down to get the fuck out. He doesn't care about any of these people. These are like these are all
like delusional ramblings.
just like pawns to him.
He looked at you, literally he looked at me funny at a convention. I think he's a psychopath. This is like a meme, right? Yeah, he gave me a weird look at a convention. I think he's a fucking psychopath.
And like the fact that it was so right is crazy. It's so crazy because he's literally saying it in this. He's like, I wouldn't go to any of the fuckers' funerals, and like 2 of these people are my real friends, and that's it. It's like, god damn,
God damn,
it's fucking cold. That's ice cold, and it's not the thinking it that's the cold part. It's the sharing it that's the cold part. Because if you're cold, if you're ice cold like that, you don't realize nobody else is thinking that way. And when you say that shit, it's weird to other people, even people who don't fuck with this on. It's like, damn.
This is the part that she's 100% correct on. I don't think there's anybody who looks at that argument and goes, oh, I respect him more because of this.
You didn't fuck with him that hard, and you were just like, you were down.
And I think that if it was like transparent from the very beginning, maybe that would be the case. But it didn't come off that way. It came off like, I'm so mad, I'm going to drop my mask and tell you that I literally don't fucking care about any of this.
Farm him when it was beneficial to you, and now that it's not, you're just like, you're dipping. That's ice cold. Holy shit.
Once she kind of aligns with popular talking points, she brings up really good responses there. Crazy. There has to be a point where the average person realizes she's just going to defend Hassan no matter what, right? No, because they're also looking... That's where you get it wrong.
Just started insulting me viciously.
Oh, why would I watch Denims?
was Dokes the whole time.
Why would I watch Denims if she's just going to defend Hassan the whole time? It's like, you don't understand. That's the selling point. That's what they want. That's what they're looking for. Yes, that's it. That's her entire purpose in life. She's the butter machine from fucking Rick and Morty. What is your purpose? I am here to defend Hassan Piker. That's it. And she'll have endless viewers for like as long as she wants to do it. They do not care. Unless she gives a bad take on the animal stuff. Stuff like that could really move the needle. But they're looking for someone exactly like Denims. So Hassan can shoot Denims in the chest and she would say it was an accident. Ludwig seems absolutely normal in comparison to this girl. The girl who collaborated with Bad Empanada and listened to his story about how Ethan allowed his children to get Giardia. Yeah, she's the lowest of the low. You say girl, all I see is a ventriloquist dummy. The worst perceived enemy to tankies is a former ally instead of people that actually oppose them. True. Pot calling the kettle black.
I recommend.
I don't think she's a
Nicholas
psychopath.
DeOrio's
I think she's just
video.
kind of retarded. Hassan has Patrick Bateman vibes, if anything. That's funny. Pay Money Wubby showed off an irrelevant photo from the night of the Emiru assault.
Was that dude jumped into her line and assaulted her? Now she's referring to later that night.
Later the same night, I'm not gonna drop names here because I wasn't there, so I didn't.
That's who they were.
But I had multiple people tell me that key representatives last night were out partying.
Okay, so she's not going to tell you, she's not going to name names, but key representatives.
I didn't know that Pay Money Wubby was so fucking locked in here either.
Partying that night, the night after she.
Dude, if he shows the picture I'm about to show you, it's so funny. Someone needs to make like an AI party video about
She got assaulted. This is an irrelevant.
Dude, this is crazy. This guy's fucking zooted in the club. Dude. Guys, say Emiru! Emiru! Please, God. This is...
Relevant photo.
He's 61 years old. No. He's 61 years young. Imagine this guy singing Trap Queen. It's like him just sitting there jumping up and down like, hey, what's up? Hello! Bro, I would lose it.
It is from that same night.
Dude, baby, won't you come? Dude,
but
oh
again,
my God.
I don't know who she's referring to. But it is from that same night. So she was...
That's so fucking funny, bro. Nick, why are you on the left? Dude, I forgot. I'm every fat guy. Actually, that guy would kind of look like me. Hassan calls out those who were duped by Collargate. So now Hassan is back into full denial mode. This is amazing. I love this, dude. This is great.
This is not a significant problem for the Zoran campaign at all.
He's probably just a little little bit younger than Taylor Lorenz.
It is.
So he's talking about the Zoran Mandami campaign. I guess there's something unrelated that's happening there.
It's not even a significant problem for someone like myself.
Ooh, why?
It's just at most going to do reputational damage to me for like a fucking week. And then people that hate me are going to use this as an opportunity to be like, oh, everybody hates you, law. And then what? Okay, a week later, the Trump administration is going to continue doing its fucking fascism.
Oh my
and people
God,
are going to realize,
dude.
oh, wait.
He's just bragging about it. He's like, I could literally shock my dog in the middle of Times Square, but the minute that Trump does something bad, you're going to come fucking crawling back to me. Like, oh, what a fucking loser, dude.
Maybe we were wrong.
A week, actually, too.
About this fucking dude. This has been my entire career. People get whipped up in a frenzy over nonsensical shit. Whether it's because I bought a fucking house, or whether it's because I leased a Porsche, or whatever the fuck, or because they've imagined,
or you bought a designer dog. Nobody talks about buying the designer dog.
that I'm like abusing my
because he claims it came off of a fucking Facebook messaging forum, right?
dog by, because she fucking sleeps behind me
Yo, Billy, what's up?
for extended periods of time. I can't believe dogs sleep in the same cot,
That's funny.
It's just people make up their minds and then they realize maybe they were duped. It is what it is.
They were duped, guys. You've been completely duped by the media. I mean, it's insane. It's crazy.
The reality of the matter is, the reason why they fucking hate that Zoran and I linked up is not because of my 2019 comments about 9/11. It's because I've been a proud, loud, fuck Israel.
Oh, I was gonna jump in. It was gonna be Palestine.
Real advocate for the past 10 years. And
dude, the parentheses, industry doesn't like what I've said about Israel.
been
Okay.
especially important.
Dude, those New York Jews are furious with me. Oh, God. So now he gets on with some friends and goes, hey, Collargate, total hoax.
Yeah, I don't like that, bro. I don't like how they coming at you like that, bro.
I mean, it is what it is. It's just like they've been.
Yeah, the quote-unquote old guard in New York is not happy with him.
Yeah, I don't like that, bro. I don't like how they coming at you like that, bro.
I mean, it is what it is. It's just like they've been looking for anything. I mean, they've been calling me a terrorist for the past 2 years.
That's so
every
crazy.
single day.
Well, you're literally a terrorist supporter.
Huh? They've been waiting on something.
They were, but it's crazy because I feel like a lot of people were just like maybe not comfortable being like, yeah, he's a terrorist, but they were like, oh, dog abuser, we found it. We found something.
It's good that he found a couple of yes men to sit next to him.
We found something.
How much is he paying these guys?
Yeah.
People are happy to just stand next to him and watch this guy lie. That's what I learned about Taylor Lorenz.
But you've been on the internet for a long time.
Play this clip at 0.025 speed. All right, why?
You said some.
This is like how Denims thinks.
Questionable stuff in the
I
past,
don't know
right?
what you're talking. Okay, Andrew Cuomo, he's been bringing me
I
up.
just feel like that's like this one was like the first time I've known somebody get some internet backlash, and like I've seen firsthand how
Someone in chat just said, I thought he didn't care what black people think. That's funny.
this is
No, that's only about the border.
not the truth.
Yeah,
So
but
it's
doesn't-
interesting.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You'll never be able to convince anybody. There's like it's so funny because like the shit
That was double the speed that iDubbbz thinks. True.
that I saw was people being like, it's abuse. What kind of dog is forced to stay in one area and sleep for 5 hours? I was like, every dog.
Yeah.
Have you?
Every dog is forced to sit behind as a stream prop? What are you talking about?
You've been around a dog.
Yeah, that's
they
so crazy.
love
A lot
sleeping.
of people that complain probably create their.
They love sleeping? No. No, that's that now. See, that's not the same thing as training your dog to sit behind you for 4 hours straight on a tiny little bed, Hassan. No, that's not the same at all.
Dogs all day.
What a fucking crazy cope from Lasan.
Yeah, their dogs are like living inside
If they're drugged, maybe.
of piss and shit as they go and work in a fucking cubicle all day, being like, this is the worst abuse I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're not here to
Okay, I
talk
will
about
say this.
that.
Even though the dudes that are making the videos are weirdos, some of them are talented. Obviously, that's how they got like their
the
following.
memes.
Yeah, the memes
So-
are funny. I'm
the
not
memes
gonna
are
lie.
funny.
I'm not gonna lie. I woke up at 2 a.m. during this beef one time, and I wasn't like really paying attention to like the videos. I was like, "Oh shit, that's not doing it." I got scared. Oh fuck, we all going.
But don't worry, I went to his house and I talked to him, and the dog. The dog is so spoiled.
No, for this shit, I was getting
The dog's so spoiled, guys. He could have never been electrocuted.
He's ready, like fuck,
bro. I do.
I handed him a doll and I said, "Show me where the where Hassan loves you," and he bit the whole doll.
Like it got to a point where I was like, damn, am I like a bad dog parent? Like, what the fuck? Like, it started making me question myself, especially because it's like, like I was like, am I actually like a mean or bad dog parent? Like I couldn't like.
Dude, he got bullied into like questioning like his own philosophy. That's amazing. What a fucking dude! Oh my god.
At first, I was like,
did I do something wrong? No, I couldn't have done something. Was it me? No, I couldn't. It was one next to the Magna Carta.
I couldn't like. At first, I was like,
I would never make a mistake so stupid. It was him, Jimmy.
Fucking ridiculous. But then they fucking kept gaslighting so goddamn hard that I was like, man, maybe I'm just a shitty dog parent.
Yeah. It's funny because if you would actually do it, like me and Mike probably have to go work at McDonald's, you know? Yeah. It's over for us.
Yeah, like, no, I actually don't think our audience really.
He orchestrated it. He got that idiot to lie about the collar. Tape. What a sick joke.
Like, yeah, we're not in the stream. We're not LA either.
Yeah,
I think so different.
Also, what you think, bro, the way that this has been blown out of proportion is unironically, is like if I punched Kaya in the fucking mouth on camera, it would probably be worthy of this level of response. Like,
dude, gaslight, dude. Breaking news: the gaslighter clears, says that everyone has been gaslighting him.
Or it would have been above and beyond for even something like that. You know what I mean? Like people have been really pressing it nonstop. I mean, they're still going to keep pressing.
Yeah, you probably got a good like month, and it's gonna be like, oh, when you're on the internet for a long time, there's so many different like angles and factors with things.
Oh yeah.
That's so funny. Hassan, they've been calling me a terrorist for the past 2 years. Also, Hassan, what a lazy shell meme.
Let's talk about our favorite flags.
Oh, like overall, what my favorite flag? Yeah. Hezbollah. It's got an AK on it and a fucking hand holding it up. Wow.
Son.
Hezbollah is a paramilitary organization. I don't have an issue with that.
You know, I almost forget all these clips at this point.
Let's just say.
Bro, are we about to have a hoop?
It's been so long. It's been so long. I'm literally forgetting all the classics. Thank you, Lazy Shell. XQC calls Hassan a loser for leaving his boys out to dry, which is true, right? He just sat there and lied to them and lied to the whole audience, and now they look bad, and they're gonna be on my stream.
One of the main things that Hassan was mad at me back in the days, way back, that caused me and his bridge to be burned. What is the number one thing that he brought against me as why we couldn't be friends? The fact that I didn't moderate my community when it came up to his name, come up in the chat, when his name came up, that I didn't moderate it. I did moderate. I did. And it wasn't bad at all. The worst people were getting is Hassan's Biden. That's crazy.
All right, I caught every word he just said until Hassan's vitamin. What the fuck is Hassan's vitamin?
Name came up that I didn't moderate it. I did moderate. I did.
Hold on, wait. Unironically?
And it wasn't bad at all. The worst people were getting is Hassan's Biden.
Hassan Biden. Okay.
That's crazy. What about his chat? What's the
Guys, I think it's actually like, I can do this.
His chat.
He just needs to be 25% slower. If we fuse him together with iDubbbz, that might fix this. I mean, he'll get stupider, but
in his clubs, it was 20x worse. But I'm what's wrong. That's why, dude. That's why these bridges are nothing. So maybe I say, oh, you bring your bridges, buddy. These bridges are made out of dust. It's nothing. It doesn't sit on anything.
That's funny. All right, can we get to the
song today? I'm telling you, okay. In the wrong, and leave them out to dry. That shit is fucking lame. Hassan is leaving all his boys.
Yeah, he's like bringing people in there to do PR for him and then making them all... Again, like any person who's defending this collar at this point, I think is completely compromised. There is nothing... There's overwhelming evidence at this point that it is a shock collar, okay? If you're not conceding that argument, I have no interest to hear what you think about literally anything else.
All his orbiters...
We're talking 99-1. The company who makes the shock collar says that it is a shock collar.
To fucking go out there in indefensible positions. He's putting them on hills that he knows are losing hills. And he has all his boys out there getting clapped because of what? Ludwig is getting fucking...
It's like Harley said, it's a litmus test. Yeah, it's a litmus test.
Mass canceled because of what? Because he won't fucking say, guys, the caller can shock. He just won't. So he's gonna let his people say, oh dude.
To be extremely charitable, you have to be terminally online. No, you need to see one tweet. There was one tweet that we saw from the very beginning that made it obvious it was the collar. It was like the picture that went viral that showed Hassan's collar blown up so you could clearly see it in comparison with like the promotional photos for the shock variant of it and then promotional photos for the vibration one. All you have to see is where the charging port is. It's not a difficult thing to find. There were many people reposting it. That one singular screenshot makes this thing. And again, maybe you don't see that screenshot. Maybe you hear Cutie Cinderella say, I went to his house and it's a shock collar that he cut off and put tape on, right? That's another way to figure it out too. There are so many people who have like, I guess, given credible statements on this based off of the actual information we have, that you could have jumped onto any one of these things and found it. And then did like slight research past it to verify what they said.
Ludwig is being such a bad friend, whatever.
Like, don't you think if it wasn't that collar that we found within 3 days, someone would have found the real collar by? It's been 2 fucking weeks. I don't think there's a second collar hitting the tower, right? That's not happening. You don't think we would have found another collar? The people who've been desperately looking for it for 2 weeks, they haven't found it? The vibration-only model with the charging ports over there?
Buddy, he's not the one that's being put on a hill that he cannot win. Are you fucking kidding me?
So yeah, that's the XQC thing. Yeet posted this clip of Dan Saltman announcing that he is sending a demand letter to Sasha Grey. Listen, we've had tons of issues with Dan over the time that he's been swinging, but fuck Sasha Grey.
I heard you're suing Sasha Grey.
Striking people for making fun of her by posting clips of her not wanting to watch anymore after QT Cinderella said it was a shock collar.
How's that going?
Well, somebody wrote back to me because I said, if you want to sue me, go for it, Sasha Grey, or like DMCA my video. And then someone wrote, I swear to God, they wrote back, Nick, don't fight with her. I've seen her take 100 guys at once.
It comes in steps. The first thing is a demand letter, which I'm getting prepared and sent to her. And then
I don't think this is going to go anywhere, by the way. I don't think anything ever does.
Depending on how she reacts to the demand letter, I'll file suit against her. I have the world's best case in the history of cases ever. I literally do. She's so stupid. She DMCA'd like the #1 guy there is when it comes.
I'm not taking credit for that joke. I want to give the credit to where credit is due. I think I retweeted it. Shout out to, unless you've deleted it. Back. Oh yeah. Ugly Fat Tech JP566. She's not afraid of you, Nick. I've seen her take 5 dudes at the same time before. That is a fucking banger meme, dude.
Comes to fair use.
Listen, don't say I don't credit anybody.
And like knowing Section 230, my business literally exists because of Section 230. She produced a work like this is how stupid she is. It is actually comical.
She was awesome in Californication. I like that show. She was in that?
There was a 29-second clip.
Or am I getting owned right now?
Which was made up.
Did you know she was in the Eminem music video Spacebound? That was the original bit. People were like, you know what she does aside from this, right? And I'm like, yeah. She's the iconic actress featured in an Eminem music video. Yeah, 100%. What are you talking about?
Of 2 different clips of her stream. The first one was one stream. It was 20 seconds of a stream that lasted, I think it was 4.5 hours. And then the second clip, they were combined into one.
What's going on? Stardust IRL in chat, who's not Stardust TV, who did not mention the N-word in my chat the other day.
Clip. It was 9 seconds of a stream that was also like 4.5 hours. So total, it was 0.03% of their content that I use. So a minuscule amount. Okay. It was obviously for critique. It was a work of fiction and it had no effect on the market.
All right. Dan's not really explaining it. Essentially, a clip had come out, which we showed on the stream, where she was saying it was definitely not a shock collar, blah, 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 blah. You know, the stereotypical shit. And then she pulled up the QT Cinderella thing and QT said it was a shock collar. And then she turned the clip off and said, I don't want to watch any more of this, which was really funny. But yeah. Okay, guys, listen. A lot of fucked up stuff has happened at Twitch.
Nicholas the Goat.
Dog collars, electricity, sexual assault, conventions, Dan Clancy hanging out with people who are, content creator age, adults, while he's 61, probably singing Trap Queen in the club, right? There's a lot of fucking crazy shit that happened this week. First, Dan Clancy has put out a statement. I want to be upfront. First I wanted to be upfront and take accountability for the security incident that occurred during Emiru's meet and greet. It shouldn't have happened, and, well, we take that very seriously. We failed both in allowing it to occur and in our response following. So they're admitting that they lied. They're straight up admitting that they lied. We failed both in allowing it to occur and in our response following it. We mismanaged our communications about the incident, and will that include the comments that I made? I apologize to Emmy Roof for all that took place. So this is the walk back for not doing enough at the event, but telling everybody you did. And this is the walk back for what she gave of the Glaze Fest interview that Taylor Lorenz gave at the fucking at TwitchCon. Holy fuck, dude. It was brutal to watch, but don't worry. She put out a new video about this, so I can't wait to take a look at it. Yeah, we mismanaged our communications about the incident, and that includes the comments that I made. I apologize to Emmy Roof for all that took place. What are we doing moving forward? Well, for meet and greets, we've begun... Dude, how is there another event after... What are we doing moving forward? There can't be a moving forward. This is insane. What are we doing moving forward? Well, for meet and greets, we began complete analysis of the incident that took place, as well as any other issues that have come to our attention after TwitchCon had concluded. We're examining everything from how we do the sign-ups to the layout, and, well, we're increasing security control. Dude, it's gonna be like an airport. It's gonna be like an airport to go meet fucking... to go snort fucking adrenochrome with with Ludwig at these events. I don't know who the fuck goes to these things. We're also doing a comprehensive review of the overall event safety and security, and we're making updates for our future TwitchCons. While we won't be sharing all those security updates for privacy and safety reasons, we're going to keep our community informed about changes that directly impact the attendees. They're admitting they lied. Yeah, they're literally admitting they lied. We haven't heard concerns about IRL streaming at TwitchCon, and, well, it's evolved over the years, and IRL streaming is a part of Twitch, but we need to ensure that TwitchCon meets the needs of a variety of participants.
Keemstar Orbiter, Nick Oreo, Mr.
So what this says is we're going to have...
The new TSA, Twitch safety admins.
What's going to happen here is there's going to be locations where you're not allowed to stream. It's going to go one of two ways. It's going to be like smoking only area or like smoking accessible areas. You can IRL stream in this half of the area, but once you cross this line, no one is allowed past. That's what's going to happen for IRL. That's going to be the thing. They'd be stupid to fucking cancel IRL streams because, like, I mean, yeah, you're just alienating a large percentage of the people who attend these things, I guess, and watch them and find out about them and stuff. The problem is your IRL streamers are assholes. And maybe they'll just ban a bunch of people too, and they'll just let it run, but I don't know. We'll be reviewing how we handle the IRL streams at TwitchCon, and we'll have more to share soon. Finally, we got... thank you.
Tweet on Nicholas DeOrio.
That way nothing gets out. Maybe.
They're gonna go and get rid of IRL streaming.
Yeah, we saw the neon thing.
So the next time something like what happened at the meet and greet happens, it's not gonna be streamed by someone that can show their official statement.
Well, in the case of the Emiru thing, you might have not seen, but I believe that clip came from a person who just happened to be recording on their phone. Even though it's not IRL, you could still record, I imagine. You just can't be live. I don't know, dude. The reality is, this is probably going to be like pissing people off, and it sounds like it goes against the take that I gave about like the LA area, at least when I was there with content creators, specifically like on the boardwalk. This is going to be a hot take, I imagine. You're not entitled to privacy in public. You're not. Every time you walk down your block, 3 Ring cameras have recorded you. People have glasses that record you. People record you on their phone all the time. There's cameras pointed at you every single place you go. So it might suck being like these IRL streamers are assholes, and I think their behavior might need to be monitored. But ultimately, I don't really think it's that bad that you end up on stream at a streaming convention. It's annoying. I don't like it all the time. There are creepy fucking people who record people, right? Like that's the thing that people do. But at a streaming convention, I don't know if you should ban people for streaming. I don't know if that's like people like Neon who fuck people over at TwitchCon and do like pranks where they get behind the thing. Yeah, those people probably should be asked not to come back with a temporary ban or I don't know, something further, right? But like, I don't know, dude. I hate to be the bearer of bad news here, but your anonymity that you think you have, you don't. And in public spaces, especially a streaming convention, I don't know if they need to remove that aspect to it. Don't film me, I don't consent. I mean, I think
What's the name of the guy, Keemstar Orbiter, Nick Oreo.
Again, like I go to
Oreo.
VidCon with the expectation that people are gonna like
between people at meet at greets.
Yeah. When you go to VidCon, when you go to TwitchCon, when you go to these streaming event or YouTube or content creator events, unless you're at like a private party, I think the expectation is that you're going to be filmed. There's going to be pictures of you that are posted. People are going to walk up to you. So I don't get it. I don't think you could be anonymous at TwitchCon, right? We're a product of our environment. Yeah, that might be a hot take, but that's where I stand on it. Finally, we got clear feedback on accessibility, and we're reviewing with our teams, including our production and venue staff, so that we're better equipped for future events. You're putting a lot of trust in us and Jimmy's mom by attending TwitchCon, and we take our responsibilities to keep you safe seriously. We know that TwitchCon means a lot to a lot of people, and it means a lot to us too, and be on the lookout for more updates. Thank you for being part of Twitch. This comes from Dan Clancy. So yeah, no streaming at the streamer house. I mean, God. I mean, if you say that at a streamer house and they don't want to be streamed 24 hours a day, maybe there should be like allotted time slots. But yeah, it's a public event. You're at a public location. This is about Taylor having to show her teeth. Dude, I heard she killed 3 people when she started breathing. When they smelled her breath after removing the COVID mask. I heard 3 people immediately drop to the floor and died, like when Rick gets tapped in Rick and Morty. On the shoulder. So this is the response to Dan's statement from Twitter. Okay, Taylor Lorenz was caught lying again. Yeah!
Keemstar Orbiter.
Dude,
Nick
it's
Oreo,
so
Mr.
fucking
Oreo.
funny. Wait, what? Spoiler! Apparently in the new video, she's claiming it's a bullshit PR response after defending him for days. Oh no! Oh God, oh no. Okay, we're about to watch that. Dude, Taylor breathes, Taylor lies. Dude, Taylor cannot stop getting caught lying. Holy fuck, I'm about to turn into Dark Viper. It's insane. Dude, every time Taylor Lorenz pops up, bro. Oh, it's muted.
Lying! Please stop lying! What is wrong with you? Like every single thing in this fucking video, your newest video is a lie! All I said, I just want you to acknowledge what you did and apologize!
Dude, amazing. We're aware our event was shit. Maybe we'll fix it. I mean, can't you just announce that you're, like, quitting, please? Emiru said she was thankful someone was streaming because she said she didn't think it would have been taken seriously if that person didn't post it. I guess maybe it was a stream. I thought they were just recording.
Can I say something to you, Nick?
And to be fair,
really
what I
like-
said, I'm probably wrong. If you can't stream in an area, they'll probably ask you to put your phone down. That statement literally says nothing. Why isn't he fired yet? Had to pump it out before the weekend. It's a participation response, not a substantive one. Just keep partying, homie. You got this. The only way to actually improve it is to treat it exactly like Comic-Con. Paywalls for all visits, photos, signatures. They are celebrities and they must be protected exactly how actors are. Yeah, I agree. I think that you need to look at Comic-Con. I'm sorry that you have to pay $60 to go meet your favorite Marvel character, but yeah, I think that they need to be safer. There should be no +1 guests at all. That shouldn't be a thing. Bro, put the fries in the bag. Would you trust his hands to be clean around food with what he watches constantly? Oh, God. Yeah, dude, he's got penis fingers. Twitch also banned one of the streamers and vendors on the final day of the final day of TwitchCon for selling prop knives, which were on sale the entire event. Yeah, we saw that. Dex, I don't know if it was where they banned a streamer. I thought it was just something that they had at the event. That's very funny. Apparently, Yeet posted a new clip. I'm hoping it's not the Halo one because I'm gonna get so much shit if it is. What the fuck did he post? Oh, okay, it's the XQC clip. Perfect. All right, don't post the Halo one. They're gonna get mad at me for that. I ain't reaching all this. I ain't reading all that. Step down already. Pure PR bullshit. Perfect. Okay. Also, we covered this last time, but I want to play it again. Dan Clancy said that Twitch has no radicalization problem, and he's not worried about any congressional hearing associated.
Guys got dragged into that when it was like sort of following the Charlie Kirk shooting. There didn't seem to be any.
Dude, her stumbling over her shit is so funny because she's such a fucking dress-up journo. it's like, dude, this is journalists from home.
There's no connection. I think it's purely what I'll call is company association. They need some number of N people. If you did a cluster of companies that, end up having users that overlap, and you had Reddit and Discord and Steam, and you say, tell me the fourth company, and you can't mention one of the...
Bro, your company is probably the first one they were thinking of. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Who else is on there? Twitter's not. Maybe, was it TikTok, right? Like, Twitch is the first one that came to mind.
The big ones.
He's delusional.
Because you have...
Oh, yeah, we did the N people thing last time. We're not going to make that joke again.
That balance. You can't mention X.
We already went to the well on the N people joke.
Facebook or YouTube. Then it's like, well, what's the fourth? So it's proximity. I don't think...
Facebook.
To me, I'm not that worried about it, because I think, he had no... experience. We do not have this problem of radicalization on Twitch. It's a public forum. We don't have these private groups. One way to think of it is, if you really view this from a honest and sincere perspective, these things are trying to get information. And to be honest, they probably don't know that much about Twitch.
Yeah.
Right? They're not Twitch users. So I feel really good that we have, in terms of them trying to understand this landscape.
It's extremely bizarre why he would answer like that. You can't make this shit up. What is this? Dan Clancy says Twitch has no radicalization problem. Twitch unbans Russian neo-Nazi streamer Kusha88 after 2 weeks, who is now receiving suggestions from his audience about making a... Okay, well, that's a great... Okay, I don't know what the fuck this is about. But all right, I don't know if this is even real, but that's a very funny headline, I will say. Holy shit, dude. What the fuck, dude? Please, somebody context wagon. This should be pinned. Divine Province. Send this to Congress. Not gonna lie, I'd be more slightly effective sending it to company. Okay. It'd be funnier to send it to Amazon, personally. Congress doesn't care about Nazis. They want to check for leftists. Reminder, Twitch unbanned 2 notorious anti-Semites and Holocaust deniers at the same time, only for them to be rebanned after the internet outcry and the ADL meeting with Twitch executives. Well, that didn't take long. What? Do you think the head of trust and safety over at Twitch met the ADL and was like, oh, these fucking people again? Remember why she was fired from her previous job, if that's still the same person? Bro calls out those who were duped. So this is the Hassan thing where he said that you got duped. I wanted to see the take on this from LSF. Oh, what is this? Zapped, got it. Cool. Stupid dog, you made me look... Oh my god. Every thread is just like new memes I've never seen before. Don't believe your eyes, Taylor Lorenz. You shouldn't say this publicly. She's gonna blow up your Roblox DMs. The dog doesn't sleep behind him. The dog is forced to sleep behind him. That's what we pointed out when we saw the clip. Yeah, that's what it is, Hassan. We're upset your dog sleeps behind you. Not that you put a shock collar on your dog, and just the fact that you can't stand that the dog sleeps all day long. The gaslighting is incredible. Sadly, many of Hassan's fans believe everything he says. It's a cult of personality. The minute Kaya figured out she wasn't shocked, she was gone. Sometimes she lays there now, but more often than not, she's somewhere else since all this started. Amazing. Dude, oy vey these people, dash Twitch dev. I don't know about that one. He talks like he's the only one who could single-handedly defeat Trump and fascism. Real hero complex while he's doing nothing. Wow, yo! Okay, Jesus. He talks if he's the only one with an opinion. If you think anything he says otherwise... sorry, if you don't agree with anything he says, you're wrong. So that's that. Now, we're going to take a look at this. I actually commented on this video. Both of you are absolutely worthless as content creators. That's why you guys write about real ones. So that's actually not Taylor Lorenz. That huge gap tooth is actually Cat Tenbarge, okay? Cat Tenbarge is collaborating. They are collaborating to showcase the real problem of TwitchCon.
It's not just that there's no deterrent to this behavior, but it's actually rewarded.
She used to work for Insider. I don't know what fucking chooses to employ this
Nicholas
moron
the Goat,
now.
thank you for the
By
$5
the platform
money.
and socially by other men.
Last weekend, popular cosplay Twitch streamer Emmy Rue was assaulted at a meet and greet.
Dude, I literally cannot take this seriously. This is like a 40-plus-year-old trying to look like a 20-year-old influencer. It's so funny. Look at the head bobs and everything.
During TwitchCon, a man cut across several meet and greet lines and attempted to grab her for a kiss as she tried to push him away. Her security guard...
It's funny that she is starting the video explaining the actual problem. I wonder how fast it'll like diverge into nothingness again.
The incident was obviously a catastrophic failure when it comes to keeping women creators safe. The man should have never been allowed to walk.
Yeah, this is just man-woman coded.
Walk away after.
Has she commented yet on the guy who got groped who claims to have been groped once or twice per event at every single Pokemon event or whatever? Sorry, at 5 of his last how many Pokemon events?
When it comes to keeping women creators safe, the man should have never been allowed to walk away after what he did, and it's unclear why her security guard didn't restrain the man after pushing him off. It's also unclear why TwitchCon security or the police on the scene didn't step in and attempt.
Oh, wow, guys, look, she learned. It's so funny how Taylor operates. She'll just spit bullshit lies for like days and days and days. Then she'll read all the replies, tell you that you're wrong, and adopt your talking points to make the video and gaslight everybody into thinking this was her take from day one. That's so funny.
Attempt to halt the man from leaving. The man was eventually caught hours after the incident, and Emiru is currently pressing charges. She said, quote, "He was allowed to walk away from my meet and greet, and I didn't..."
Again, she's just sitting here talking about how safe and secure TwitchCon was, and that police or any of this stuff adding or upping security won't fix this problem. You have to really talk about misogyny. It seems like now she kind of figured it out.
He was caught until hours after he attacked me. It felt like this only happened because of my manager pressing for it, not because TwitchCon staff present thought it was a big deal. All of this has raised tons of questions about security protocols at TwitchCon and what should be done going forward to make the convention more safe. Even before TwitchCon began this year, high-profile streamers including Cutie Cinderella, Valkyrie, and others declined to attend the event over safety concerns.
It's funny that she doesn't mention that one of those people, is it saying on here? Yeah, she doesn't mention Hassan Piker. And you're probably thinking, oh, well, she's a huge Hassan shill. Why is she not doing that? It's because he's a man. That's why. It fits better if she only mentions the female content creators.
Doesn't have this problem cause of her iconic mango breath.
Isn't that so fucking funny? Because Hassan has said the same thing. She only said "and others" because she didn't want to include a man.
Cutie Cinderella, Valkyrie, and others declined to attend the event over safety concerns. After the Emiru incident, tons of big content creators began piling on Twitter, pushing out-of-context clips, attempting to show lax security at the event, and calling for Twitch CEO Dan Clancy's resignation. Of course...
What? Out-of-context clips? How are the clips out of context? How do you just blanket that?
Most of these people actually don't give a shit about women's safety. They're just opportunists.
No, I care about streamer safety. I don't give a fuck if they have a vagina. That has nothing to do with it. Emiru could have been a man. My response is the same.
We're going to get into all that. But why am I talking about all of this on Free Speech Friday? I think it's a good example of how... more surveillance and security theater doesn't inherently keep people safe. And I think it shows the significant...
Dude, Free Speech Friday from this bitch is such a fucking funny name of a fucking... It's a fucking hilarious segment name from her.
Barriers women face.
If this person was in power, every single person in this chat would be banned from social media and locked in a cage.
As content creators, and how relentless abuse and harassment silences women and prevents them from speaking out and expressing themselves. To discuss all of this, I have Kat Tenbarge here.
To discuss all of this, I found the only other insufferable asshole journalist with the brain of the size of a fucking bean, okay? With the size of one of the baked beans that iDubbbz feeds his fucking face.
Kat is one of the top journalists covering gender-based harassment and abuse.
Dude, there must be nobody else covering gender-based harassment and abuse. There literally must be no one else.
Today, we're going to break down exactly what went down at TwitchCon, why you shouldn't listen to a lot of the loudest voices online, and what can actually be done to keep women safe on the internet and off. Kat, welcome.
Thanks so much for having me.
So you weren't at TwitchCon. I wish you were there. But I feel like just to start off, I want to give people a sense of what TwitchCon was like. And then I kind of want to compare it to other conventions that you and I have both been at. Because I feel like we both...
Bro, when did she bring up her mask? Hold on. Let me try this. Mask. Really? Hold on. Wow. That's insane. No mention of the COVID mask. I guess she learned that was a losing talking point too.
These large events and conventions a lot and attend this stuff. So I think a lot of people have seen a lot of misinformation going around, and I want to explain kind of the way things went down. So I would say this security at this convention was stricter than any other convention I've been to. And we'll get into why that doesn't make things safer. But it was very strict in the sense that, like,
guys, fuck the police, blah, 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 defund the police, all cops are bad, blah, 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 blah. Also, yeah, dude, Call the police immediately. We got to get this guy arrested.
You had to have a wristband. You had to scan in to get to different areas. They were very strict about maintaining that. There was this video online that claimed to show someone bypassing the wrist scanning.
How come you don't show the one where Neon literally just walked in and pretended to be a different content creator and just stood there at the meet and greet aisle?
System. In fact, that's not what that video shows. I reached out to the company about how those machines work. That video actually shows the person scanning and it turning orange, which meant that that person was a credentialed +1. So it actually showed the system working. But
wasn't this clip that you're seeing right here, the rest of this clip, him explaining how you could basically jump on any line because it just opens wide up? Like, there are people who talked about previous years where they got in there and apparently the entire line was essentially the Amaranth line. So people who went on for other, including specific walk-in stuff, could get on the line, right? If you've reached out, show us. Yeah, true. Nobody believes a fucking word out of her mouth. I don't know why I didn't point that out sooner. But yeah, like, you could just jump on any line, including ones that didn't require a background check.
It turning orange, which meant that that person was a credentialed +1. So it actually showed the system working, but it was...
But the system is the flaw because you do background checks and then they bring people with them. Like day of people or walk-ons. What's the point of doing a background check if fucking anyone can walk on?
Really, it was pretty intense. I mean, I couldn't even get into the venue when I got there the first day initially because I hadn't passed a background check. And every single person that registered for the event had to go through this like background check security review, essentially to make sure that they weren't on a known stalker list or had sort of criminal
Wait,
records.
if you didn't pass it, why did you fail? Please tell me why you failed.
It's like that. So
how did you fail a background check?
Do you think that it was very quote unquote secure? Even more so than any other convention that
Dude, she got inconvenienced and she's like, the security was great. They fucked me over dramatically.
Where I think journalists and a lot of people have a lot more free roam. I was in the content creator space myself with Twitch comms down.
Bro, I would have asked for a refund and said I'm canceling my event if the behind the scenes room brought Taylor Lorenz into my life.
There, and like I saw people even getting stopped, featured creators being stopped and asked questions and things like that. I'm curious, like your perception from the outside. I'm sure you've seen a lot of the discourse online, but like how would you say it compared to other conventions from what you saw?
I think just from like a technological perspective alone, there were more measures in place at this convention.
Wait, you need to stop this. There's no way. There's no fucking way. I'm actually losing my mind. Did you bring someone on to interview about how safe the...
There's a KFC in Yemen!
Taylor couldn't pass the background check cause she would tell them what year she was born, I bet.
That's very funny. She probably lied about her age. That's not why we're here, though. You invited someone and questioned them on how safe an event was that they never attended. Also, people are saying her voice is actually as bad as Taylor's. It's not. It's way worse. I don't know what fake fucking accent she uses. Kat Tenbarge has the least audible podcasting voice I've ever heard. She's good friends with Adam McIntyre. But to be clear, I cannot believe she's... What is your take on the security woman who did not attend the event? That is psychotic.
But like, how would you say it compared to other conventions from what you saw?
I think just from like a technological perspective alone, there were more measures in place at this convention than any other convention that I've ever.
She talks like a 12-year-old. I don't know what accent this is, but it's like fake Bratz accent.
Been to, and that includes conventions.
It's actually
what's the name of the
like
guy?
One of the
Keemstar orbiter, Nick DeOrio.
Their
Mr.
teeth are
Oreo.
distracting. It's actually one of the most safe events that I've ever been to.
For YouTube, it includes like VidCon and Playlist Live, as well as like anime and comic cons and other types of conventions, even concerts and stuff. Like you have seen sort of this industry of security technology grow. And this to me is sort of like looking at sort of even what I was just seeing in viral videos. I'm like, they don't usually have this type of stuff at these types of venues.
Yeah, the whole energy was like very kind of tense around it. I mean, there were these big female streamers that chose not to go because of concerns around safety. It had the vibe to me of...
EU a virgin? No.
Bro, she's omitting Hassan again, which is so funny.
She's just lying about that clip, by the way. The machine turned orange before the second person tried and failed to scan, so it seems like security said, the first person has a +1, go ahead, I guess.
I don't know. I mean, the company said you can see clearly in the video. Oh, wait, you can't because she didn't show it. And they're showing Christina Grimmie here. Again, I'm just so confused. Would Taylor not care about this if a man was fucking grabbed by the cock? Would Taylor have just not covered this at all? She keeps omitting that Hassan didn't want to attend this event because it doesn't fit her narrative. What if that guy got groped at this event? What would you be saying about it? I mean, literally, people got groped at the last event. She's not going to bring that up once. It was a man.
That chose not to go because of concerns around safety. It had the vibe to me of VidCon after the Christina Grimmie murder, where this YouTuber was murdered by a
Mr. Oreo.
Well, the next one's going to have the vibe of the TSA.
fan, and YouTube and VidCon really cracked down the next year, where they sort of started to realize, like, we really need to protect talent. It was significantly more secure than certainly Playlist Live, which we were both at a while ago. And I'm just speaking.
Yeah, I've never even heard of that event, so I'm not shocked it wasn't secure.
Purely from influencer events, because I think that those are that sort of engender a certain type of fandom. It was the most secure, quote unquote, influencer event that I've been at. When I toured Twitch's security center the day after the Emiru incident, I was struck by the.
I mean, this is so fucking annoying. She's such a degenerate hack. She's like, oh, I need to make this video right now. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to call my friend and act like she's an expert witness, and she didn't even go. That's all this is. This is a play date between two female wannabe YouTube influencers, but can't, I guess, make it. So they write about real ones that matter, you know? She phoned a friend.
Surveillance of it all. First of all, not only did they have police officers, plainclothes officers, like constantly, you know, throughout the venue, and security officers all over, but they had just this huge surveillance infrastructure. So they had 92 cameras set up in addition to all the security cameras in every single corner of the convention hall. And then they had every single live streamer. If you went live from TwitchCon, they had your stream pulled up, basically like geofenced the whole area and like pulled in every single stream on these massive like 1984 style monitors where they had, I literally think it was probably thousands of streams. Every single
Dude, 1984? Isn't that like the internet censorship year?
Stream had like the person's name.
It's so Jover.
Whether they were partnered or not, like some information, and then just like the videos playing. And then they had dozens and dozens of analysts like sitting around analyzing, replaying footage, looking at people. I don't know if they were doing facial recognition or not, but it was certainly like they were.
Why would you say it then if you didn't know if they were doing facial recognition?
Zooming in on things, looking at social, monitoring it all.
She's just like throwing in, like she's peppering this with terms.
What struck me is that like they had essentially deputized these live streamers, IRL streamers, which are primarily men.
Wait, look, that's the Neon clip. So the Neon clip is actually bad and helps Taylor, in her opinion, because it means the streamer is bad and it's not TwitchCon that's the problem, despite the fact that she has now changed her position on TwitchCon.
To like go around and surveil the convention. And the argument was sort of, well, look, we have so much surveillance footage. This is how, like, this gives us extra monitoring. And it just, of course, showed to me, of course, surveillance does not mean safety. It just means more surveillance, especially when the people.
Wait, are you talking about that they're streaming the event? They have like video footage that you can see, therefore that's... Why would anyone believe that would be safer?
Well,
it's the security guard that would make it safer.
You know, doing the surveillance are these troll live streamers. I think that was a huge difference between this convention and other conventions that I've been at as well.
Wait, did she think that Neon was safety? Is she trying to say that Neon was actually additional TwitchCon safety because she's so fucking stupid? That's how she interpreted it? She's like, guys, look, here's my example. They put these streams on the screen, which was kind of like surveillance, and people would think that that would make it safer. No, they wouldn't. Why would you think that Neon... What would Neon do? If a guy pulled out a gun, Neon's running out of the building like everyone else. He was recon for her. I thought you said this is a retcon. Because it is. Like, what a bizarre thing to argue. Yeah, I thought this would make me feel safer, but it would not.
Aside from maybe 2015 VidCon, or maybe it was 2016, when Meerkat, remember like Meerkat and Periscope and everything came out? That was a year like a lot of people were live streaming, not in the same way. This was like true 1984 style. Like every single person was live streaming, and the convention was overrun with these IRL streamers, which is a category that has skyrocketed over the past year.
Yes, like this culture of IRL streaming, I think it's so important to point out that it is not done.
Kat, you've been doing this for like 5 fucking years. Can you buy a microphone? What were they paying you at Insider? You couldn't get a fucking microphone for this?
Culture of IRL streaming, I think it's so important to point out that it is not done with like women's safety as like an interest. In fact, it's oftentimes the exact opposite. So much of this type of streaming and what you see succeed on this platform and elsewhere is actually just like harassing women, which is a really interesting juxtaposition with like, we need.
Dude, you can't say harassing women with that accent. Nobody's gonna take it seriously. This sounds like a fucking human Barbie doll is arguing with me right now.
More surveillance, when so often surveillance
This is an unwatchable video.
in itself is to the detriment of like women and marginalized people.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
Oh, dude, you gotta throw black people in there, guys. Yeah, don't forget about marginalized people.
I was struck when I was
Dude, black people are gonna be so pissed.
looking at this giant tile of like screens and streams is that they were on mute. You know, I'm sure that you could click in and hear what was being said if you wanted to zoom in on certain people. But to me, it seemed very the sort of surveillance was optimized for like physical security rather than.
Yeah, this is literally the journalistic equivalent of an ISIS beheading video that I'm forcing you to watch right now on my stream.
And the type of security that I would argue matters a lot as well, which is like, it is related to physical security, but it is like, you know, the hate and harassment and abuse. And we'll get into that. So let's talk about the Emmy Ruse situation, because I think this was the most clear security breach. Like, I just want to be clear. I'll say it again. I think this was such a...
Hey guys, get ready for the biggest retcon ever, dude. Stand back and stand by. This shit's gonna be hilarious.
This was the most clear security breach. Like, I just want to be clear. I'll say it again. I think this was such a catastrophic failure. It was horrible what happened to her.
Fuck you, you piece of shit. Dude, she's so fucking
It
disingenuous.
was completely unacceptable. It's a nightmare. I've been assaulted on the job before. It's awful.
Bro! No way! Dude!
Impossible.
There is no way she just invoked her own situation so people feel bad for her for having bad takes. Oh, by the way, guys, I've been groped and assaulted at events as well. So before you come and bother me about it, dude, come on. Fuck you. Don't you trauma dump on me, motherfucker. Holy shit, that's so funny. This is like the time that it happened to me.
Completely empathize with what the sort of the threats that people like her have to deal with. The fact that she was assaulted and it was her
It's my
security guard
birthday
that stepped
today,
in and not
honeybee,
Twitch's
the
security.
best gift is watching you shit on Taylor while
Thank
doing
you.
the Carl Weezer voice. Honeypot, honeybee, honeybee, honeybee.
What's the name of the guy? Keemstar Orbiter, Nick Oreo.
Dude, she just
Mr.
Walter
Oreo.
Whited. She just Walter Whited. This whole thing is actually about me.
Or the police that were around, that Twitch's security, and the police just let
Can I
him
say
walk out of the
something to you,
venue
Nick?
was
I
absurd.
really like-
I think talent
Why?
probably should have been behind tables with security guards on each side. That's what they do for a lot of big celebrities at like Comic-Con and other events. When I did my book tour, I had to be behind a table.
Dude, she's literally just adopting the correct talking point and trying to weave it in like she had this. Yeah, there should be more security and people should be behind tables. Yeah. Awesome. Thanks, Taylor. Thanks for sitting here and grifting for multiple days, or actually being so stupid that you legitimately believed what you were saying. Thank you for just lying about this constantly. Like, what a rat fuck,
Nick
dude.
just started insulting
At public
me viciously
events
on Twitter.
because I had so many threats.
Look at me, guys. I had so many threats. Let me show you my stupid book that probably sold tens of copies.
When I did my book tour, I had to be behind a table at
The autograph actually makes it worth less.
public events because
Nick just started insulting me viciously on Twitter.
Yeah, let me just show my book in the middle of this rape review.
I had so many threats and people threatening to harm me. But it seemed like this was just like a massive lapse in, you know, keeping women safe at the convention.
Really?
100%.
Again, I love how it's always women. It's only women ever, considering that there was literally a situation that was similar last year that had a man in it.
And I also think that that really goes to show, and this is reflective of just like policing and security in general, but this rhetoric that like
Guys, it's all about police, dude. Police have this problem all the time.
men in the vicinity will protect women. This is a perfect example of why that is not the case. It was
Oh my god, dude, this is insane. This is the video that, by the way, she begged Ethan Klein to watch this. Guys, more men in the situation, they won't help it. All right, you know what? I hope that the next convention you guys go to, the entire security is 80-pound women. I hope that's the next event that you guys go to. I hope it's only 80-pound women. We could test this theory, all right? That's not to say that every security needs to be a huge 400-pound bodybuilder muscle man or big fucking dude, right? I don't think that has to be the case either. But like this whole men don't protect women in these spaces thing is insane to me. They hired cheap fucking security that was just there for a paycheck, and they weren't even paying attention to the top female influencer there. It's really just that simple. You don't have to pull me into a corner here and cry and cry and cry. Okay, it's not a systemic issue or whatever. This is Twitch. Twitch sucks. They've been doing this constantly. Every single event is marred in controversy. No, you failing a background check, Taylor, does not make it a great, secure event. It's obviously not secure, despite the fact that you claim all the clips are out of context and only literally bank on one of them.
Protect women. This is a perfect example of why that is not the case. It was her personal security guard who's...
Oh my god, dude, I don't want to hear this from you, Kat. Okay, because literally somebody's going to sneak into the meet and greet through the gap in your teeth.
In, but you do have all of these men who are tasked with security standing around who just did not intervene, and that is not irregular. Like, that is a reflection of what happens when women go to the police and report that they have been assaulted or that they are being harassed. Like, it is not taken seriously, and I think that this just...
Guys, you don't understand this. The big thing about TwitchCon and Emiru is that there's a massive number of rape kits that haven't been tested in local police departments, and nobody cares. Dude, can you guys just like let a girl get sexually assaulted without pulling the fuck out of her story? This is, dude, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's a big issue. It's a big issue that rape isn't taken seriously in some cases by police officers, and there's untested rape kits everywhere. Yeah, 100%, right? That has nothing to do with this situation. Stop fucking circumventing stop using a person's trauma as a venue to promote your fucking issue.
I recommend watching Nicholas DeOrio's latest video.
At the end of their life cycle, worker bees will leave the hive so as not to disturb their brothers. If they wake up, they'll just return to work. Anyways, I'm loving my new house. Just bought a new 7-piece king bedroom set.
Yeah, that's the other. Thank you, Andrew. That's another thing. When you say nobody cares, that's who said that? Hoontails just said that. Nobody cares. Hey, by the way, this story went viral. Turns out people care. Turns out a lot of people care about women. Yeah. You know why they care about... You know how you can prove they care about women? Look at the fucking Emiru story that you're literally grifting off of right now to push your own political narrative. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. People obviously care when this shit happens to women.
Just really does go to show why putting people in these positions, like men protecting women, it doesn't play out in real life. If anything, putting more men, more security in the situation can become...
What do you think they're going to do? If you bring in too many men, they'll just start gang raping every single woman who's out there? Oh, guys, there's 7 men here and 1 girl. It's going to turn into... Like, what do you think's going to happen?
More of a danger to women because you...
More of a danger?
You can't necessarily trust those specific individuals. Who have been tasked with like security.
Yeah, dude, that's it. You invited too many men. Now they're gonna go to their tribal gang raping instincts, dude. Holy fuck. Yeah, there's way too many men here. A suspicious number of men protecting this girl. Oh my god, dude. That's crazy.
I was so appalled when I heard...
I didn't realize that was gonna go in that. Dude, you can't trust the men that they hire from these fucking, from high-end security teams. When you pay good money for security, you can't trust the men they send you.
Like individuals who have been tasked with like security.
This is such a New Yorker's perspective, too.
I was so appalled when I heard that Emiru said that they were like laughing.
This is some like, please make the subways less safe. I need you to make the subways less safe. Please take the police out of the subways so we can get stabbed in peace, or make crazy people take it into their own hands on the subway.
Or sort of laughing off the incident. Like, I can understand if she was laughing because she has been through trauma, and often the trauma response would be to kind of like laugh.
Guys, I can't believe why are the men laughing at something like this when I'm using it for personal gain?
Could often downplay it, but the people around her should have recognized how egregious and terrifying that was.
Oh, you're talking about the security. Yeah.
And there's a few things that happen too that I think show...
If she finds out that one of those security guards are women, she's not going to name them.
Why more...
Just to be clear, it would be a statistic.
Security does not mean more safety. First of all, this man who assaulted her was not a known entity. He wasn't on her like stalkers list, you know.
Yeah, he was. He was a known entity. Apparently, he must have had a background check, according to Taylor. Twitch knew exactly who he was. They banned him.
This was just a bad actor who went through the security check.
Just a bad actor. There's a couple of bad apples out there.
He didn't have, seemingly any sort of record that would have been flagged. He was able to buy a ticket. He was able to, cut across some lines, but people...
Yeah, just gonna cross some lines. Yeah.
People cut across lines. That doesn't inherently mean that they're gonna like violate someone. I think the point is that like he had a badge. He was a registered ticket holder. He had every right. Say he had waited in line to do that. You know, that would have been just as bad. I don't think you can know people's intention. And that's what's so scary, right? Is that like,
okay, so we should just never have events anywhere. There's nothing we could have done. No more events. Everyone go back home. Lock it down. You know what's fucked up? Taylor's doing an interview right now and she's not wearing her iconic mask. Why is she doing this? She should be wearing her iconic mask.
Somebody could just wait in line and have the intention to harass or attack.
How do you solve that problem, Taylor? Yes, that can happen literally anywhere, yeah.
Woman, and they could do that, right?
Yes.
And that's why the security needs to intercept.
Even saw someone suggest that, like, as an increased measure.
Even if the security couldn't have gotten to her in time, to the point where he, like, lunged towards her, there is no excuse for that guy not being on the ground, tackled, with police being called. She should never have been let back out. Like, yeah, maybe you couldn't have stopped the initial interaction, but to do nothing for hours before this guy gets caught, right? To do nothing is bizarre.
Of security, they could have like a security guard walk each individual person up to do the
They just need security that does something. They need like actual security.
Meet and greet. But again, would that have stopped him from assaulting her? No. And I feel like this also sort of like reflects this kind of underlying desire to
that guy should have come out with zero teeth in his mouth. They should have pulled that guy in the back. That guy shouldn't have had a single tooth left in his mouth after the interrogation.
Control other people and to be able to like predict when someone is going to become violent, like to be able to respond to things in advance of them happening, which at a very basic level just is not possible. And I think a lot of people's reaction of like, we need more security.
He should not have been able to freely walk out the front door. They should have held him for police.
Security, we need like more people out there. I understand where it comes from. It comes from like a primal fear of not being able to know when you're in.
No, it comes from just looking at the situation and realizing, oh my God, how is this person cutting across lines? How did this person get there? Why didn't anyone do anything? It's not from the primal urge to protect women or the primal fear of something bad happening. And the only thing we can do is increase security. You need to increase security. It's not some irrational fucking message that has been transferred.
Danger and not being able to like keep yourself.
And kind of Taylor is like half in right now because she has adjusted her talking points but refuses to change her central narrative, which now really isn't compatible.
Out of danger 100% of the time, which is also where security theater comes from.
I mean, I just think, like you said, it's so scary because I think there were tables available for the creators. Most creators stand in front. They're incentivized to give their fans hugs. When I talk to other creators about like, hey, why weren't you behind a table with 2 security guards? They're like, well, my fans want to take selfies. Like influencers
that's so cool. You could tell them no.
Especially are encouraged.
You can prevent that from happening if you're an organizer of the event.
And both of us
you could put them behind tables.
Written so much about this, like encouraged to develop these parasocial fans.
But guys, it's not Twitch's fault. It's the streamer's fault. They want to hug their smelly fans.
If you seem inaccessible, I mean, look at the response to Cutie Cinderella.
Yeah, the fun part is that Twitch could make rules about this and prevent this from happening.
The other female streamers that decided not to go, they were lambasted and dragged through the mud. Caroline Kwan had a security guard with her, and people were attacking her and criticizing her, like, "Oh, who do you think you are?"
Wait, who attacked Caroline Kwan? Why isn't she talked about? Caroline Kwan was attacked? She received death threats prior to the show of her defense to Hassan Piker. Someone wanted to... Oh, Jesus Christ.
No, you need security.
Yeah, she was attacked. No, she was like aggressive. I don't know. I wouldn't use the term attacked, but that's pretty fucked up.
Like, yes, she does. I was even nervous myself.
I'm shocked that anyone could even identify Caroline Kwan, but I'm also shocked about what was supposedly said to her if it was.
I had
the victim blaming is unbelievable.
2 men travel to TwitchCon specifically to confront me, because of some...
What did they do? Did they hurt you? Or did they just say that you're a big meanie pants and a loser?
Beef that they have perceived, with me and some streamer. I have no streamer beef, but whatever.
Oh, do the Ethan Klein fans have come to criticize you?
I'm talked about on these people's channels.
Yeah, I'm sure you're the only one.
I have a very well...
I'm sure you're the only reason they were there, Taylor. You're such an important figure.
Well-known stalker who constantly tries to attend events that I'm at. Like, I had to be escorted.
I have no idea who... Wait, using OpenAI's Sora 2 to... What is this? Can somebody tell me what the fuck this is about? This is insane.
Out of a VidCon panel a couple years ago by 4 security guards. Right after the panel, I wasn't even allowed to at the front of VidCon that year because I had a streamer fan actually threatening to assault me.
Wow, it seems like VidCon knows how to run a fucking event. Look at this. It seems like the security was real on point there, wasn't it? I'm sorry, Taylor. Can you go back one more time and explain good security?
Constantly tries to attend events that I'm at. Like, I had to be escorted out of a VidCon panel a couple years ago by 4 security guards. Right after the panel, I wasn't even allowed to at the front of VidCon that year because I had a streamer fan actually threatening to assault me. And like I said, I have been assaulted on.
And you know, listen. Now, I understand that Taylor's constantly trauma dumping or main character syndroming right now. That's what's happening. I really don't care. But at the same time, right, it seems like she knows how security should work. It seems like VidCon did a really good job here. Maybe she could identify some of the things that Twitch didn't do, right? Maybe that could be something that could come up here. And again, if Taylor is having this much trouble as somebody who wouldn't be identified by the vast majority of attendees at these conventions, imagine how bad it must be for actual social media influencers who these events are made for, right? If Taylor has been like, targets of this many operations by bad actors and shady figures, you'd assume like the average 20, 30 viewer streamer might be in real danger
on the job. So I just say all that to say that like you and I both know what it's like, not to mention all the harassment that we receive online. Like we know what it's like to suffer this sort of gender-based violence. And I think that like, if we want to talk about what keeps women safe, it's not just like more cops standing around doing nothing. Like that is not going to prevent this stuff. It's not more like face scanning or
Hold
whatever.
on. I'm sorry. Retard in chat. Nick, you're comparing 2 different situations. Was Amiru threatened ahead of time before being assaulted? I'm sorry. Does that change fucking anything? The fact that like they should have tackled the guy and the guy shouldn't have been allowed to leave and they should have pursued the police does not matter on any preconceived notions of what could have happened before that. You're comparing 2 different situations. Yeah, that's what comparisons are.
It is fundamentally changing.
Do you think comparisons only live in the operation of like 1-to-1 comparisons? You can't have it's like this is a little bit of this is a little bit of that.
The culture of what's permissible and acceptable, because that man knew that he could walk up, do that, and walk out, and he was right. Look at some of the other appalling behavior that we saw at TwitchCon, where these men, these IRL streamers, were raiding women.
I thought she'd look into the security firm they hired or interview a content creator who was there, but I guess rambling with her friend is solid journalism.
Yeah, this is actual fucking journalism right now. This is actual journalism that's happening.
Raiding women, harassing and abusing women. We had featured creators like Neon, right, saying the most misogynistic stuff.
Wait, what was that?
Women harassing.
Jack Doherty's OnlyFans girls were being extremely disrespectful to the security guard while he was
and abusing women. We had featured creators like Neon, right, saying the most misogynistic stuff, harassing women. These are partnered content creators, right? These are people that Twitch has like given the seal of approval to.
Yeah.
Dude, Free Speech Friday, we got to ban more creators. Guys, what a crazy aspect of Free Speech Friday. They're too mean to women.
People like, I think about how Neon has like a publicist, and I've received PR pitches over the past week. Like, do you want to interview this guy?
He was with Iggy Azalea.
Exactly.
Oh my God, guys. Like, you know, it's so funny that you bring up Neon. Did you know that I could have done this thing for my career?
It's like,
oh, this is like an absolute circle jerk.
This to me echoes so many of the issues that people don't take seriously. People don't take gendered violence seriously in general. And there's this idea that like online harassment, which directly escalates and leads to these incidences, is not taken seriously. And this idea that like police protect women, which is just so far removed from—
This is such brain rotted, psychotic leftist talking points. Yeah, I mean, like that's why they're there. Yes, armed police enforcement would actually probably help this event.
Reality,
despite what you think about police officers,
which is that actually like police endanger women.
Police endanger women. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I didn't realize.
Twitch streamer that I spoke to.
This is just brain rotted politics conversation.
Mr. Oreo.
About this incident.
It's insane to me that Taylor Lorenz had a fan.
Gave me a quote that I've been thinking about a lot.
Guys, the woman she would have gotten double assaulted if there was a cop next to her because he would have joined in.
And he said, what happened at TwitchCon was to a very...
She'd pick the bear. Listen, the man can be terrifying. But I'm glad she picked the bear.
significant degree unavoidable, not because there weren't enough barriers to accessing VIPs, checkpoints, or staff training, but because this is a Twitch culture issue. Rape culture and hyper-misogyny are rampant on the platform.
The reason why it's better to pick the man is because not every man is inherently a fucking psychotic rapist. But like the bear is probably going to kill you. I mean, not every bear, I guess, either. I don't know.
Top.
The bear doesn't understand. The bear just wants to eat.
To bottom. Entire Discord and subreddits are dedicated to stalking and harassing women, POC, LGBTQ streamers. There can't be safety for women.
Dude, you know what? The rapist can't... even the rapist cannot climb a tree. That's something that people don't know about rapists.
These events until...
no rapist can climb a tree. Bears can.
The company takes...
I'm just shitposting at this point.
Their concerns seriously on the platform. I thought this was so true and accurate. You know, I interviewed Dan Clancy at TwitchCon. I asked him about the Emiru incident. He gave, you know, kind of a PR bullshit answer. But I also asked him why there weren't more women streamers on the platform.
Wait, what did she just say?
On the platform. I thought this was so rampant on the platform because there weren't enough barriers to accessing
removed from reality, which is that actually like police endanger women.
One Twitch streamer that I spoke to about this incident.
Oh, it's a streamer. Okay. I want to hear the Dan Clancy stuff.
Can't be safety.
I've heard that she now disavows Dan Clancy's statements.
For women at these events until the company...
Thank you!
The GOAT. I appreciate that.
He takes their concerns seriously on the platform. I thought this was so true and accurate. You know, I interviewed Dan Clancy at TwitchCon. I asked him about the Emiru incident. He gave, you know, kind of a PR bullshit answer. But I also asked him why there weren't more women streamers on the...
Bro! This is an insane sentence. Wait, one more time.
Kind of a PR. Interviewed Dan Clancy at TwitchCon. I asked him about the Emiru incident. He gave, you know, kind of a PR bullshit answer. But I also asked him why there weren't more women streamers on the platform.
I hate you. You have zero fucking root. I can't. I hate her so much.
Nick,
she's so hateable.
Me viciously on Twitter.
Is the person who did an interview and talked about how safe the event was right after a sexual assault now acting likely she cares?
Yes!
Go Bruins.
No! Dude! Dude, he gave a bullshit PR response. Why are you sitting there giggling like a fucking schoolgirl? Why don't you push him on it? It's your interview! What do you mean? But then I asked him about women on the platform.
And he didn't have a good response. And to me, I don't cover Twitch as much.
Because the majority of them make more money on OnlyFans. I mean, that's the reality of the situation. Yeah, there's a predominantly male-centric gaming audience on Twitch, which is a predominantly gamer site. Gaming, politics, unfortunately, politics is there, right? So yeah, there's going to be a lot more male streamers on Twitch. And the fact that, again, this is a thing that you might not want to hear, but the fact of the matter is, when you ban links to OnlyFans, you're alienating a percentage of the female audience, because they're the people who are absolutely raking it in do not want to come to your platform. They're alienating that from their audience. Am I wrong?
Much as I do other platforms, but
if you could promote OnlyFans, there would be more female influencers on the site.
That is in part because it is such a male.
But yeah, you asked softball questions. How are you mad at Dan Clancy?
Dominated space. It is a culture issue to me, where if you look at the biggest creators on the platform, a lot of them are deeply, deeply misogynist.
Dude, imagine it. Oh my God. Hold on. Sorry. Wait, I need to go back to that for a second. But imagine if you banned people who use Patreon. Like, you can't link Patreon. You'd lose a significant portion of content creators who wanted to, like, diversify their income, right? That's something that they would do. But now, what if people were averaging more money on Patreon than they were on Twitch? Well, they would just stop streaming there. They would just stop streaming entirely. It's like, well, I'm making more money on Patreon anyway, and they're not making me do X, Y, and Z here on the site to, like, stay in and make and do this. Like, they can promote on TikTok. That's why they're losing people to TikTok. They promote their OnlyFans to TikTok.
Misogynistic and hateful. And this...
Oh, by the way, all the top streamers hate women, dude.
Biggest creators on the platform, a lot of them are deeply, deeply misogynistic and hateful.
Who is deeply misogynistic? Who really fucking hates women? Are they people who criticize you online? You could argue that some of these people are misogynistic. Why are they deeply misogynist, deeply rooted?
And this culture pervades Twitch in a way that I don't think it pervades other platforms.
100%.
What? Are you saying that Twitch is more misogynistic than YouTube? Or like Kick? Or like, or Twitter? What? Okay.
And it doesn't surprise me that you would see then like a heightened sort of like safety concern for women on Twitch. It also makes me think about how, like, when I look at incidences at...
Bro! What are those inflatable Dude, Twitch is like an inflatable hamster ball for women in comparison to everything else. You know that those fucking disease balls they put people in so they don't get any fucking... Where they just pump air in there so they don't get people sick? That's Twitch insulating from the misogyny on every other site.
past conventions that I've been to, a lot of times it is featured creators who are being violent toward others.
There's a decent amount of misogyny, I would say, but that's from Stardust, but that's across most platforms. Yeah, would you say that Twitch is a top 5 most misogynistic platform? I fucking wouldn't. Stardust, you're a girl. I'm sorry, you're a woman. My bad. Can you tell me if you think that Twitch would be in your top 5 mainstream social media sites that like are disrespectful towards women?
Other featured creators.
I don't think it makes my top 5.
Like oftentimes male creators being violent toward women, and this occurs like in the privacy of people's hotel rooms. This occurs like in VIP creator spaces. This occurs at after parties.
Taylor, you're pulling up an article. Oh, it's at a TwitchCon party. Okay, it's not an actual event. Got it.
Where only like featured creators are allowed to be. And the reason for that is because safety does not have to do with like who's allowed in what area or who has what wristband. Safety involves like cultural misogyny and the ability.
Yeah, you're right, dude. Men are just coming in raping, dude. They're just raping and assaulting women. Doesn't matter how much security you put there. If they want to rape, they're gonna go and rape. You know.
For men to be violent toward
guys, we just gotta teach men that rape is bad. You know, we just got to teach men. More men need to know that raping people is wrong, dude. That's the way we solve this.
Women and face,
not putting them behind tables and I guess like having higher security measures so people don't walk up and hug people and preventing people who are walk-ins who are in background checks from entering these things and make sure people can't jump across lines. Nah, fuck that shit. We got to stop people from raping on the intellectual level. We need to do security on the intellectual level, don't use your eyes, don't use your abilities to like have preventative measures in planning these events. We have to stop it in grade school.
Repercussions. And when women come forward about these things, they are not taken seriously and they're often punished more for speaking up.
Let's say that they're 100% accurate. How do you fix this for TwitchCon 2026? What do you provide? What do you do to prevent this from happening? This is a great thing, Taylor. Yeah, you know what? Misogyny is a systemic issue. But how do we make that work for next year? You know what you can do, though? You could up security, jackass. Oh, let's open the door for this conversation. All right, now we've had this conversation, but for some reason, women keep getting raped. What are we going to do? We talked about the issue. People have listened. Why are the men still raping? I don't know, maybe you should have more security.
Nicholas
the men who actually
thank you for the $5,
assaulted them or harassed them are for doing these criminal acts.
Yeah, I also just...
Stardust I definitely would feel safer with more security. Well, I'm sorry, Stardust. You're a fucking misogynist.
Think about the stuff that happened around TwitchCon because of...
Yeah. Thank you, Betty. Betty said it better than I did. Discussing systemic issues should not preclude action. Yes. I don't think if there's a misogyny problem on Twitch that is prevalent, it should be discussed. If there's a systemic issue with male treatment toward women, it should be discussed. It should not be discussed at the expense of criticizing a venue that needs to do more to... And she said, that's not what Tenbarge is saying, okay? Tenbarge is saying that's our principled issue. And that security makes men enter women's spaces and put women in danger. This is a person whose ideology harms women inherently. You're a danger to women, unironically. If you're arguing that more security in this case would put women in more danger at the expense of, with the alternative being discussing systemic issues, you're a fucking moron, and you're actually making this more dangerous for women. You're controlled opposition here.
There is only one solution, Taylor. Men only to keep women safe, we have to keep them out.
Kat, you know who loves your arguments?
MENCON 2026.
It's idiotic.
No way!
Thank you.
There's a KFC in Yemen!
People like Taylor and Kat think just disagreeing with a woman is misogynistic inherently. That's why they think Twitch is.
I mean, these fucking takes, they're a gift for rapists.
They're still the dumbest tart on the short bus.
That's what this is. It's a gift for a rapist. Okay? Oh, look at, like, dude, a bunch of rapists sitting in a room like, they don't even fucking care. They want less security. They're gonna let us through the front door. It's like, dude, this is a gift for the rapists who are listening. You're insane.
Yeah, I also just think about the stuff that happened around TwitchCon, because of course you had the convention itself, and then you have these parties. Now,
dude, rapists love this video.
Like, previous TwitchCons, there have been people roofied at parties. Women have been assaulted. This year we had people like Jack Doherty, this like kick streamer show,
being homophobic
up and start antagonizing, saying slurs, antagonizing.
Dude, yeah, guys, we got to do something about those slurs.
People.
Someone got sexually assaulted within 3 hours of the event opening up. You fucking piece of shit. Yeah, we got to do something about these slurs.
There was all these other sort of like kick streamers and people on Rumble. Rumble's a right.
What are you going to do about that? It seems like you might need some security.
Video platform. Kick is this sort of like content for moderation free, like, you know, streaming competitor to Twitch. The creators on those platforms are some of the most toxic people on the internet. You also have people on Pump.fun live streaming, these crypto trolls that bought tickets, that came in, that even.
Funny thing, that's the site that Boogie used to scam his audience.
We're antagonizing Dan Clancy, etc. And not antagonizing Dan Clancy in a good way, right? Like not antagonizing him to make things safer, but in a negative way. And so I think it's just so hard as well, because streaming culture rewards outrage. And I think a lot of these people have made a name for themselves online by going up and harassing women, attacking people, like being awful. And they can just buy tickets to this convention and get their content. They know that there will be.
Guys, we don't need people. Like, we don't need safe creeps to defend women. We don't need only use me blades to drink the roofied drinks, dude. We just need, like, increased security at these places that take things seriously. And it doesn't even have to be increased in terms of numbers. It has to be increased in terms of planning. It has to be increased in terms of getting actual security, like better security involved in what was there. People who are going to take this thing seriously, right? A lot of these guys cheap out on security. You don't have to have 600 police officers or something. That's not what people are asking for. You can up quality as well.
These prominent women here who they can harass.
Yeah, competency. Competency and better planning. Two things that Twitch did not have at this event. Or, again, a lot of these previous events as well. There has been... Dude, the situation that happened to... right, what happened with... Imiru, right? At her meet and greet, the way it was structured, the way things are happening is how they've been doing it for years. Okay, it just took one person getting sexually assaulted, and now probably they'll go ahead and change it next year. But the planning mistakes that they've been doing for years on meet and greets is also evident with the ball pit. Why are people jousting over a 1-foot ball pit with concrete below it? Who the fuck is signing off on that? Who are the people who are looking at this going, yeah, we should joust on top of this and then allow people to dive off of it where it looks like a ball pit, but it's actually 1 foot deep in concrete. This is the same company that brought you, hey, you know, we're just going to kind of wait around. Maybe we'll call the police. Maybe we won't. We'll let him out the front door after they assaulted somebody. They're just not cognizant. They're not doing anything. They haven't been doing anything.
And so much of this stems from the objectification of women, which is a huge problem on Twitch because it reflects the broader trends of objectifying women in society.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news on this one again. But like, yes, when people say that Pokimane is a whore, you're right. The objectification of women, attacking these women who aren't overtly sexual, is a problem. That being said, the vast majority of female influencers, maybe not the top ones, are literally using sexuality for content. This is a site that took forever to fix the problem with fucking hot tub streams where people are licking phallic objects and writing chatters' names on it. This is a site, right, that is literally primally fucking... Like, these content creators are being paid by psychotic parasocial freaks at tier 3, right? Sexuality is a huge part of a lot of streamer stuff. And I don't think it's misogyny to point out when sex workers or people who do sexuality for content do sexuality for content. I don't think there's a problem with that. You can make fun of anything I do on stream. It's totally fine. But if you talk about somebody who does sex work doing porn, you're a huge piece of shit. Why? It's your content. It's not misogynistic. That's the content you're choosing to make.
And so when I think about Twitch and its issues with women, I think also about things like community guidelines that patrol women's body parts, how that...
What? The live stream won't allow content that lingers on your ass, groin, or breasts anymore. And again, groin implies like cock as well, right? Wait, you're mad that you can't have content lingering on people's assholes? Doesn't that kind of fuck up your whole argument?
Women in society.
We're objectifying women? No, they're not. They're licking phallic objects.
And so when
I know when that fucking got implemented.
Reflects the broader trends of objectifying women in society. And so when I think about Twitch and its issues with women, I think also about things like community guidelines that patrol women's body parts, how that's been a really...
Yeah, I'm glad I went on that rant. This is exactly what I'm fucking talking about. We're getting mad at people for putting in fucking... It's a fucking site for video games. No, I don't think hot tub streams where you're sitting there jiggling your fucking tits should be on the front page every time someone clicks on the site. No, of course not. How are you arguing this?
Really controversial issue on Twitch, and the way that the community...
It's fucking morgue pie.
Community often responds to these things is to further objectify women.
I'm not objectifying... Dude, you're objectifying morgue pie. No, I'm not. That's the fucking monetization scheme. I'm not objectifying them. Okay.
Further sexualize women, and the problem is when men don't...
You're sexualizing that person. Guys, look at the rule that fucking Tenbarge or Taylor Lorenz put on the screen. Live streaming will not allow content that lingers on breasts and ass and cock and fucking vagina. Okay? If you're lingering on your breasts, it's not being done by accident.
Nicholas DeOrio.
Keffels appreciated the shout out.
You're acting like these fucking hot tub streamers are doing this for the love of the game. Why do you think they're doing it?
View women as equal to them, when they don't view them as people, when they do view them as these sexual objects, that is where this type of violence stems from.
That's how they make money! Oh my God.
You can't stop this type of violence until you attack the ideology behind it, and that can never be...
They did! They banned it from happening! They destroyed the ideology! Now they have to go on fucking OnlyFans! Like, that really should have been the whole time!
Solved with like security.
Dude, remember when I think Tana Mojo did an OnlyFans thing and she smoked weed and that was against TOS?
Measures. It has to be a broader cultural effort.
Which is why all...
Guys, look! She's jiggling her breasts on screen, but nobody talk about it or mention it because you're objectifying her if you do. Like, it's insane.
These men online, a lot of them, don't give a fuck about women's safety. Like, you know, we have the loudest voices in the room claiming to, you know, protect Emmy Rue and care about, you know, violence against women.
But they've been mean to me on Twitter, so therefore they must not care. Oh my God.
Nicholas DeOrio.
Keffels appreciated the shout out.
This is
You're
actually
objectifying
insane.
women. Well, a lot of them act like objects. What do you want from me?
Oh God.
People like Ethan Klein.
Oh. Oh my God. 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 Yeah, she's literally just main charactering this whole thing. This is insane. Dude, guys, I understand that this person just got sexually assaulted, but here's me quoting my friend's article about how Ethan Klein made me sad. That's actually the problem here. The big problem is that, see, my friend who I called on this thing actually wrote an article to defend me. You guys are total hacks. Nobody should ever fucking support anything you guys publish. You guys should literally rot in the grave of fucking journalism. Attempted journalism.
Who is simultaneously...
This is Kat's article. This is like closed mouth. Weird.
Launching misogynistic hate campaigns against countless...
Yeah, Ethan's talking about Emmy Rue. You guys are defending the company that caused this. You're defending the company that let this happen, rather.
It's women, including myself and you. I think of these like live stream fail or this like the
guys. Everyone on live stream fail wants women to all get raped. That's
you know these weird like drama slop accounts.
Oh, it's me now. I obviously dude. It's totally It's my that's me. Woo!
That have been posting every single thing that I have said about.
Oh yeah, main character syndrome, dude. She's so fucking mad.
Twitch.
She literally creates reactionary content based off what pissed her off this week.
Incident, right? And trying to make it.
What a journalist.
Seem like somehow like I don't care about women's safety, which is fucking crazy to the point that this.
Your friend is literally spitting rhetoric that's harmful towards women on your stream, on your video.
Female streamer Cinna, who's very well known, who you know.
Oh my! She's just responding to all the hate right now. She just stopped the video and is just now she's just like mainlining it.
She was even.
This is crazy. She doesn't give a fuck about any of these people.
Saying like, oh, you know, Taylor Lorenz started repeating a bunch of libs of TikTok conspiracies about me. Like, no hate to Cinna. I don't.
Did you clap when she got sexually assaulted so you could make this video?
I think she probably even knows.
Were you just like super stoked about it?
My work, like, you know, this woman is probably dealing with a lot herself. But you see this content sort of repackaged to further misogynistic hate campaigns, right? To further this misogynist hate.
Yeah, no, she made this specifically to harm you.
Hate campaign
Great, yeah.
against me.
She's like, oh yeah, I love misogyny. That's what Sima said.
And
Yep.
you.
She's like, oh boy, oh, I love misogyny. Oh.
The goat. I appreciate that.
Great.
And others
if
who
only
actually
she could get
report.
the Twitch CEO in a room and grill him on these specific topics.
Yeah, if only she could grill the Twitch CEO. Yeah, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. Wouldn't want to throw that one away.
A virgin? No.
Oh my god, dude, this is
Why would so
actual
many people be
subhuman
Googling
reporting.
that?
You don't get it, Nick. Me painting my size IBA dunkers is my artistic expression and not me selling my body.
Dude. Holy fuck, dude.
On gender-based violence. And I think that's what's so disturbing as well, is the weaponization of violence against women to further violent campaigns against women.
This is back to the basics of just like conservative rhetoric in general. And like spaces like Livestream Fails, they lean conservative. They use slurs. They make fun of marginalized people. Like they contribute to these.
What? Why are we... What is this? What is this fucking... Explain the call. Oh my god, it's the dog collar. It's the dog collar incident. They're flashing the dog collar incident on the stream. It's like literal Hassan affiliate. Yeah, it's literally Hassan affiliated media. She's weaving in all the posts where they're making fun of content creators who just lied about the shock collar. Holy fuck, these are like subhuman freaks.
Further rhetoric in general, and like spaces like Livestream Fails, they lean conservative. They
lean conservative. Guys, you know what? My favorite conservative vessel, Reddit. I love when I go on Reddit and they're super conservative.
Make fun of marginalized people. Like they contribute to these
r/Hassan Piker is like another one.
Very ideology that puts women in danger. It's all
you contribute to the ideology. You're so fucking stupid you don't even realize it. Dude, people like you shouldn't have a voice on social media. Fucking Free Speech Friday, ban your ass, dude. Holy fuck.
This is so ironic to me that Ethan Klein would act like he cares about women's safety. And
why? Because Adam McIntyre told you so?
Women on Twitch and misogyny on Twitch.
Is he operating your ass right now like a puppet?
Twitch, when I think about famously, he like couldn't stop himself from laughing at QT Cinderella.
Bro, fuck Cutie Cinderella, fuck you, fuck everyone who keeps bringing this up. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, fuck you. Holy shit, dude, there's no way. There's no fucking way in 2025 we're still talking about it. We're still talking about Cutie Cinderella's nudes that didn't even leak. I'm losing it. I'm losing my mind. I'm going crazy. I'm going fucking crazy. I'm losing my mind.
When she was talking about being deep faked and having her likeness exploited. Like he mocked her, and then when he tried to apologize,
it was funny. It's still funny. Holy shit.
He like mocked her again. So it's like these individuals who are pushing these campaigns are so clearly.
This is the worst video I've ever seen. This is the worst video I've ever seen. I have never been so mad on the stream before. I'm in rare form right now. I've literally never been this mad before. This is actually fucking crazy. We've been watching this. I feel like it's been an hour. We are 20 minutes in. I don't know what to do.
Coming at it from a bad faith perspective.
I was just going to watch like a couple of minutes. This has completely derailed my stream.
Because they demonstrably, not only do they not care about women's safety, but they are part of the problem.
Oh, great.
Dude, women don't even align with this perspective. You guys are like insane radicals. Wait, oh great, we're getting a live update in this video.
Not only do they not care about women's safety, but they are part of the problem.
You're literally crying about a guy who has a 75% female audience.
Oh, great. I just opened Twitter and the top comment is Ethan Klein responds to Taylor Lorenz claiming he's leading a misogynistic harassment campaign. I don't know what you're talking about.
Dude, she's so mind-fucked by this. She's actually mind-fucked.
You lunatic psychopath. She's crazy. Keeps lecturing our community, which is majority female, about how I'm dangerous to women. Ethan Klein, women can also participate in misogynistic hate campaigns. They're actually often a core part of it.
Dude, this needs to be a thing. So I've been seeing a new template on all these memes where they post something absolutely deplorable and they cut like Taylor Lorenz smiling and fucking nodding your head. Look at this one. This is such a good one for Kat Tenbarge if she ever becomes relevant.
Fine.
Look at her.
Women can also participate in misogynistic
You could just cut this out
hate campaigns.
and put this next
They're
to
actually
anything.
often a core part of it.
Dude, oh my god, that'd be great.
Women can also participate.
What does this have to do with Amiro? It doesn't. It doesn't. This is Taylor Lorenz trying to use someone's sexual assault to further her goals while crying about me running my fucking show that she lies about.
In misogynistic hate.
I feel so vindicated that this fucking bitch, all right, this stupid bitch, before I thought, because I criticized the fact that she was getting this interview. I was like, oh, why would he go talk to the ultimate rape reviewer? Bro, this is more fucked up. Dude, you literally went out of your way to look worse about sexual assault, like survivors or like you actually look worse than I do. That's legitimately hilarious. You are using a fucking Emiru situation to further your political and social narratives. That's hilarious. Also, the soy face is amazing. Dude, the soy jack with the gap teeth would be very funny.
Campaigns. They're actually...
She does what she claims you do, many such cases, yeah.
Often a core part of it.
I keep seeing people say, like, wait until you find out that most misogynistic...
This has nothing to do with Emiru. Kat wasn't even at TwitchCon. Yo, Glue Guns on Roses, you completely missed it in the beginning. The first question was asking Kat Tenbarge what she thought of the security, knowing that she didn't attend it. Yeah, what did you think? Did you see a lot? She called. This is her calling her friend on her Saturday night conversation.
Comments.
This is a Discord call among friends.
Are made by women, and I'm like, wait until you find out. Like, you guys know nothing about feminism. This has been a core feature of the.
Oh my God, Johnny Depp, dude. Oh, we did. This is a bingo game. We should have did bingo. If this was a fucking drinking game, I would be under the table right now.
Feminist movement for its entire existence. Like, people who actually care about women's safety are fully aware that women.
The Blake Live. Oh my God, dude, we're just hitting all of them. We're hitting all of them.
It is like these misogynistic men who have no grasp of what they're even talking about.
And they tokenize women, right?
People like this are like, why are we not allowed in male spaces? These are the first people to be like, wait, why are you guys not including me and stuff?
Tokenize the women in their community to say, like, oh, look.
Yeah, they're tokenizing. They've tokenized 75. Do you know what tokenize means? Tokenize is when you pull out Bunty King, right? And you say, hey, look at this brown guy. He totally agrees with all these alt-righters and these skeptics or whatever in this community. That's tokenizing somebody. You can't tokenize the vast majority of your audience. That's not how that works.
You know, all these women support me. And it is such like Republican politics as well.
Dude, yeah, Ethan Klein is a huge Republican.
Well, I mean, you mentioned this is sort of this conservative ideology. You know,
yep, all these guys are everyone that is slightly to the right of our wildly fucking far left tanky adjacent talking points, terrorism supporting talking points, those are the right wingers they've warned you about.
I posted this online, but it's like
these guys think the election every year is done between two right-wing organizations, the Democrats and the Republicans. They're wondering why there's no left wing option. They have no idea what they're talking about. They don't exist in the realm of reality with the rest of us.
Direct a torrent of harassment and abuse towards a female journalist and repeat right-wing smears about her to thousands of people to show how much I care about women's safety. Like, it's also like you see this.
These guys want the Democrats to literally never win another election. They're like going out of their way to sabotage. This is insane.
In the UK where they weaponize, or here, right, with immigrants, right, where they're weaponize, you know, the rape of a woman by an undocumented person or violence against women to hate.
Yeah, dude, I'd hate for people to ever, guys, could you imagine how fucked it would be for people to weaponize violence against women for their own personal goals? Could you imagine how awful, how bad would you feel, right? If you saw a situation where somebody was weaponizing assaults against women or like women being harmed to further their narrative for their own goals.
Trans women, to hate on marginalized groups, and women's pain and violence against women is so.
Well, at least they haven't done anything to Sean DeBlack in this one. So Sean's still kicking. They haven't harmed him yet.
Often weaponized to push right-wing reactionary causes, and this is no different.
It reminds me of while campaigning, Donald Trump said that he would protect women whether they like it or not, and then as soon as he was put back in office, his administration defunded pathways for women to report when they were sexually violated by federal agents.
Yeah, Donald Trump bad. I got it. Okay, can you explain, like, who fucked up your brain? What happened to your head?
I appreciate that.
Did you like not get enough oxygen as a child?
Since 2016, and I ride skateboards and take care of my family and kids.
Thank you, Andrew.
Where my right-wing politics are coming.
Yeah, I love how their content is flashing headlines. It's just headline.
And women's safety has been so thoroughly weaponized by the right that
it's literally, guys, you're holding it, you're cocking it, and you're blasting it right at the audience right now. Like, you guys, you are such insane hypocrites. It's not even funny. I'm supposed to be the asshole who does this for content. You people are fucking monsters.
Actually used as a cudgel as they take away protections from women, as they objectify women, and ultimately as they enact this violence toward women.
Which is the ideology that a lot of these men support. Like, they do not support actual accountability.
You guys, listen, it's not rapists anymore. It's not Twitch streamers. It's actually the far right who caused this situation. It has nothing to do with Twitch. It has nothing to do with any organizational errors that took place in the planning of the event. It's actually the far right that's the problem, and the Donald Trump supporters.
They don't want Twitch to rid itself of...
Have I mentioned January 6th yet? Guys, when do you think we'll get to January 6th?
Culture of misogyny. It's a culture that they benefit from. A lot of these male Twitch streamers, they benefit from this culture of misogyny. They benefit, by having women objectified. Like,
dude, women benefit from objectified women all the time. Guys, listen, it's not everyone. And honestly, it probably makes it more difficult for people who straight edge out there. But women on Twitch have benefited historically from objectification of women. It literally happened all the time. They had entire metas where the minute... Guys, you remember the fucking... the day they made all artistic nudity legal on Twitch? It was like the purge, but instead of purging the content, they're like, you can just watch anime
Nick
porn.
just started insulting me viciously on Twitter.
You could just you could draw all over your boobs and shit for an entire day. The minute that happened, so many streamers were like, holy fuck, dude, I'm gonna pull my fucking tits out. I'm gonna let people draw on them immediately. All right, that's fine. If that's the content they want to make, there's other platforms for it. Or at that day, they literally could just do it on Twitch. But that's why they're doing it, right? That's why it's happening. It's financially lucrative to do these hot tub streams. It's not men that are forcing this on them. It's literally by choice.
They don't want to change the culture. They just want more security theater that doesn't keep women safe. And they don't actually care about women's safety.
100%.
I thought it was empowering that women were allowed to be sexual. Wasn't that supposed to be an empowering thing? The minute that I mention it, it's bad.
Appreciated the shout out.
Dude, like Taylor Lorenz wants to have her cake and eat it too. It's either empowering or it's not happening.
I think when I was reading some of the commentary about this situation, I even saw people using it as another excuse to bring up Amber Heard from the perspective of
I have not seen that one time until you just did it 5 minutes ago. When Taylor flashed the article, and now you're jumping in.
Not believing that Amber Heard is a victim, and people on Twitch were major...
Oh my god, this is the worst video of all time.
...contributors to the idea that Amber Heard was an abuser and she wasn't a victim. And I'm like, how can you sit there and not believe Amber Heard and pretend that you care about women's safety? If you don't believe Amber Heard...
I feel like she's just flashing back to every story she talked about for the last 5 years.
Just bar none, you don't care about women's safety. And time again, this platform and every other platform...
What does this have to do with Emiru? It's like, oh, thank God this girl was assaulted, so I can literally push my ideology, my positions, my career. I mean, this is just it's grave robbing a surviving victim.
Have contributed to these mass gaslighting events where women's pain is exacerbated under the guise of
I wonder why neither of these people are currently employed by any large media organizations.
Caring about abuse. It's so ridiculous and it's so maddening. And these men don't they choose not to see through it because they know that they will ultimately benefit from upholding these systems of misogyny.
I also think that, I wrote about this recently in relation to the Hassan Piker dog collar incident.
Oh, good. Please tell me more about what you've written. Please tell me more about Hassan Piker.
But you see these out of context clips constantly used and weaponized in these campaigns. And I think that actually that video of that person scanning their wrist.
Oh, guys, remember the one clip that she's been constantly reiterating back for over and over and over and over again as the catch-all be-all across multiple videos on her stream? Are we going to see a second one?
Expand and how misrepresented that.
It's so funny how she selectively shows evidence. I don't know if we even showed this on our stream.
It's a perfect example of this.
What does this have to do with Amir? Oh, she's wrapping it back around here.
People coalesce around a narrative, and it's a...
Wait, I need to hear this one more time for the top.
See these out of context clips constantly used and weaponized in these campaigns. And I think that actually that video of that person scanning their wristband and how misrepresented that was is a perfect example of this. People coalesce around a narrative, and it's a motivated narrative. In this case, a lot of these top streamers hate Dan Clancy. I have no allegiance to Dan Clancy.
You and all these fucking losers have been defending this stupid dog collar for the past 2 weeks, knowing full well it is a shock collar because you're just malicious entities. Well, I'm sorry, everyone knows that it's a shock collar. You might actually be so fucking stupid you don't, but everyone else who has like an actual brain inside of the head, and it's not like completely hollowed out, is like fully aware it is a shock collar.
Twitch literally run events where they intentionally put women in harm's way so that the Cobsy-minded employees can farm women, but the right wing is actually responsible for Emily's assault?
Again, this is the don't believe your eyes woman, to be clear. That was her perspective. Do not believe your eyes. And then you go there to go meet Dan Clancy and then glaze the fuck out of him.
Could be a terrible CEO. Like, I've only reported the company like marginally, but like, I'm not here to like cap for any tech.
You literally
CEO.
dove in head first to defend them. You're acting like you have no reason to do this, because you might not actually have a reason to do this, but you literally did.
So, whatever. But they're sort of motivated to push him out and to show him as this failure. And they think that sort of like maybe leveraging this event will further that goal. And so they launched this like essentially a disinformation campaign where they're sort of like taking all these out of context clips, mischaracterizing them and using them to push this narrative. And it's really frustrating to me because
because you're retarded,
reported on this a lot, but like the way people get information now is from this like Awk 3000 account or whatever.
Dude, she's so fucking mad that an account with a laughing emoji probably has more influence than she does. A dress-up journal.
Which is, I guess, some teenage, streamer fan, like these sort of like these distributed news systems, these Reddit accounts, etc. People that aren't doing actual reporting, right?
You're not doing actual reporting. Can you point me to someone who is? I'm happy to listen to their articles.
People that aren't calling up the company that, makes those scanners or
knocking on their door,
calling up whatever, or they're just like emailing a customer service rep, right? Like in the Hassan dog collar situation, like they don't actually do any reporting. They don't go to look at.
Wait, you saw them reach out to the customer service representative and you're still lying about the collar? Well, that was a Freudian moment there. That was a Freudian clip, right? So people were asking, has that been justified? Has that been proven that it's real? Taylor thinks it is. Oh, wow. Okay.
At the actual collar, right? They're just like doing slop content, basically, that mimics journalism. But they, even when presented with any sort of facts that counter their preconceived belief, they double down, they triple down.
That's literally you, but let me just make something.
Can I say something to you, Nick?
Let me make something violently clear. Why? I'm Nicholas DeOrio. I am not a journalist. And neither are you. And that's okay, If you go get another job at like the New York Times or something and you go back and you kind of work for somebody else who can maybe try to keep you in line, then you can have that title back. But yeah, no, I mean, I'm not a journalist and neither are you. You're an industry hack and I am an entertainer who makes occasionally funny videos or streams.
Cannot convince them that what they've seen is wrong because they keep saying, well, how can I? So you're saying I can't trust my own eyes.
It's so exhausting, and it is so reminiscent of like the rhetoric that we saw during Deb v. Heard, which has informed so much.
Is this your Gamergate? Is this the thing that rules your life?
Of like,
were you not around for Gamergate?
How these events are consumed on the internet and who is granted credibility and who is taken seriously. I also think like another great ongoing example of why surveillance doesn't keep women safe is this ongoing.
I'm sorry, were there other examples that were good?
Ongoing example of why surveillance doesn't keep women safe is this ongoing viral discourse around the DoorDash TikTok incident.
The who's he what now?
Yes. For people that don't know, this.
Who is. Oh.
DoorDash woman.
Okay, I don't know about this, so they might just straight up lie about it. I don't know what's going to happen here. I think this might be our off point.
This delivery woman came up to a door delivery. This man ordered delivery. The door was wide open. This man had his pants down and, was...
Yo! Was that blurred? That was blurred, right? Did she blur that? It's disputed as to whether she opened the door. I have no idea what's true, and I'm not going to try to parse this on stream. So I could literally go either way. I have no idea. I do not know what's true. I'm not going to even attempt to do this one. Everyone's fucking crazy about this story. I have no idea.
This stuff isn't new because even predating a lot of the technology
I never did 2 videos on this. Thank you. I will not be watching those.
We have now, like studies about bias show and have shown historically that you can show 2 people the exact same like audio recording, video clip, picture, or like wall of text, and they can both walk away being like, oh, well, it's clear as day. Like
Okay, we're gonna move past anything
Nick
related to
just
that.
started insulting me
TwitchCon.
viciously
Yeah,
on
again, I
Twitter.
don't know why we're talking about this guy's flapping cock or something in the Emiru video. but-
YouTube sponsors VidCon, but even VidCon is so diminished, it seems perhaps counterproductive to even have this event. But if it does go forward, I do think that there are changes that need to be made. And
oh, wow, Taylor, that's so cool.
Like, it starts with
security,
confronting these systemic issues. Like,
oh, yeah, we got to confront those systemic issues. You know what we
What's the
should
name
do?
of the guy, Keemstar.
You know what? Oh my God, you're right. We
Mr.
should do.
Oreo.
We should do a little one of those little fucking Let's get an auditorium together, and we'll all touch. We'll talk about touching the no squares.
What's the name?
That's a
of
good
the
idea.
Guy, Keemstar Orbiter.
We'll bring in a
Nick
professional
Oreo.
to talk about
Mr.
women's
Oreo.
safety right before the event. That's a great idea. That'll help everybody.
I think the first thing.
What did I never do? Make bad videos. It wasn't really. And his dog is like insane.
That they should do is work aggressively to change the culture of the platform.
Oh, what we need to do on a Free Speech Friday, the way to stop people from getting assaulted is to ban neon.
Crack down on misogynistic hate speech, demonetize, content.
Holy shit, they're just calling from, that's insane.
Creators.
Demonetize the content creators Taylor doesn't like.
That are attacking women, brigading women, and start working to cultivate relationships.
What about the ones who brigade men? Or is that not a problem? Is brigading only bad when it's women?
With women content creators.
You don't deserve an audience. You literally don't. You guys are like the most insane, psychotic hacks I have ever seen. This is like a pathetic excuse for a content creator.
This goes for a number of social media platforms, but among like the ranks of the most followed people, you will always have like these violent misogynists who directly harm.
Wow, two of the most insufferable people think that everyone around them is a misogynist and can't probably internalize the fact that everyone hates them because of who they are. It's a tale as old as time. Yeah, there probably is in some capacity a misogyny problem. These people also have been probably looked at and talked down to their entire lives because they're both insufferable.
And endanger women on the platform, women in their audience, and nothing is done about that. And there is a trickle-down effect where—
Because what's happening probably doesn't meet the standard that these platforms have set. But again, I'm sure you'll defend Twitch's TOS and say that they're constantly enforcing their TOS. Unless it's talking about women, then maybe that's not what's happening. Isn't it funny? Yeah, guys, Twitch isn't doing enough. But also, Twitch always enforces their TOS when it's Hassan Piker. He just didn't do anything wrong.
It's like, if some of the most followed people on Twitch face no repercussions and are actually like—
It's literally just a call to demonetize large creators that don't agree with them.
They gain things from misogyny. They gain popularity.
What are you going to do? You're going to take Neon, you're going to take him off here, and he's going to make the same amount or more money on Kick.
They enrich—
Again, like, I don't know what's the incentive even for misogynists to stream on Twitch at this point. Why? Why don't you just go to YouTube? Why don't you just go to Kick? I don't know. What is your incentive to stay there at all? How does that help anybody? Neon could literally ban his account. Neon could terminate his account right now. Twitch wouldn't be able to ban him from the event. Or at least they'll have to verbally ban him. They wouldn't be able to ban him by banning his account.
And
he'd probably make just as much money.
They gain status from being misogynistic. So as long as that is the case, it will trickle down into fan behavior, and people going to these types of conventions will learn from the people who basically rule this platform, who are the most visible people on this platform, that this type of behavior is not just tolerated, but encouraged. And then when those people aren't held accountable, it just—
God, that accent is a killer.
Perpetuates this cycle over and over and over again. When I speak to experts in gender-based violence, something that I hear time and time again is that we've never even tried to hold men accountable.
Oh, fuck you. I can't watch this anymore. Holy fuck you. Fuck you. Oh my God. We have never even tried to hold men accountable for rape. Never. It's never happened. Never in history have we ever seen that happen before. Holy shit, dude, I can't. I literally fucking can't. Oh my God, that was the worst thing I've ever seen in my entire life. That is legitimately I'm like shocked. I am appalled. I am just, oh my God. Oh my God, I'm suffering. I don't even, oh, it gets worse? I don't. Maybe another night. I can't watch any more of it today. I'm just going to scream at my computer all night. I'm literally just, oh my God. What were the comments? I don't even care. I think that, unironically, if someone could create a block list of every person who interacted with that video positively, I'd like to purge them now. I'd like to purge them from every form of social media off my shit. Holy fuck, dude. Wow. What are they talking? Is anybody talking about this video on Reddit? I literally, this was an afterthought. I threw it on the docket today. Is anybody talking about this video? What the fuck, dude? Is there any thread about this? What, any right-wing thread talking about Taylor Lorenz? Because I don't even know what the name of the video is. She does the 3 thing like I do, where it changes on depending on people. Like, she changed the title. It's like, no, that's just a new feature. Holy shit, dude. No, I literally, I don't see anything. Let me check new. What is this? Klein, that's leftovers. Taylor Lorenz and Tenbarge claim that Ethan doesn't care about violence against women and tokenize women in the audience. This is the only thread I can find that's not like an H3 snark one. Just a reminder that the only time QT spoke on Ethan and Chestnut, she said he wasn't laughing at me, he was laughing at a soundbite. Well, it's okay, because these guys do research. Shut up, you don't talk for us. Using the logic that would equate Kat and Taylor are misogynistic by implying all of H3's female audience are psychotic mad women. Total subservient to a male YouTuber. Yeah, I mean, yeah. By definition, he literally can't tokenize his female audience. They're the majority. Yeah, like, she doesn't even know what the word token means. It's insane. Taylor, why do you want kids to be addicted to social media? That's a good question. What is this? 2452.
Welcome back to...
What is this video? It's a... Okay, this is probably an out-of-pocket reference. Let's see, 2432. I don't necessarily know if I trust Pegasus.
Special sequence of videos, very special individuals noted down for the deed. You can't be leaking such valuable information to the...
What is this about?
She decided to talk about Little Tay.
What's the name of the guy? Keemstar Orbiter.
Dude, the 2 journalists
DeOrio.
are back. They're back at it again.
DeOrio.
What is this?
Happy free speech
Thank you.
Friday, Nick. Unfortunately, that video was a great argument on why we should repeal the First Amendment.
Yeah, literally.
Quick context, Little Tay was this influencer.
All right, what did they say?
Recently turned literally made our size and another.
This sort of moral panic is just to re-entrench and uphold the ability to control women. And
okay, I'm gonna need to see some context on here. Is that really what this is about? Does anyone know the name of this video? Because now I'm interested. I'm diving. I'm a diving. Source Instagram Little Tay. Is this actually a video on? This is on Taylor's channel. That's her shitty artwork. Or like, hold on. Taylor Lorenz. Where the fuck is this? Taylor Lorenz. Lil Tay. The Lil Tay situation is worse than you think. All right, can we get a quote now?
Re-entrench and
re-entrench. Okay, I guarantee that word doesn't come up more than once. I also guarantee I probably can't spell it. Fuck. Fuck. Got it. There's a dash. I wouldn't have got that. Oh my god, it's the opening second. It's literally...
The ultimate goal here of this sort of moral panic is just to re-entrench and uphold the ability to control women. And
so apparently, so this is a video about how Lil Tay made an OnlyFans on the day they turned 18.
Strip women's autonomy from them.
Power user.
Free expression, Lil Tay, and civil rights online. Friday. My series
oh, it's another Free Speech Friday, guys. I love Free Speech Friday.
Where I cover the fight for free expression, privacy, and civil rights online. A few days ago, 18-year-old social media star Lil Tay made over $1 million by launching an OnlyFans account shortly after her 18th birthday. Even though she apparently only posted safe for work content to her page, the launch generated a massive backlash online. People on the left and the right are now calling for OnlyFans to be banned and for the criminalization of porn. On today's Free Speech Friday, I want to talk about Lil Tay's rise up to this point.
Okay, I want to hear the re-entrench thing. Oh, good. I needed more Cat Tenbarge. So now you guys know who Lil Tay is. Thank you for that, Taylor. I appreciate you giving me context. So here we go. Let's go.
This type of shaming, and like you see it on Twitter as well. If a woman...
Yeah, it seems like these guys like to talk about misogyny a lot. It seems like one of their principal core issues.
And I think that this anti-porn stuff is really, really dangerous.
It all comes back to garden variety misogyny and the idea that there's nothing you can do as a woman to avoid this type of shaming. And like you see it on Twitter as well. If a woman posts an outfit that's revealing, there are AI models that will put more clothes on her. But if she puts on an outfit that's chaste, there are AI models that will undress her. So it's like the ultimate goal here of this sort of moral panic is just to re-entrench and uphold the ability to control women and strip women.
Why would you ever talk about this in the context of an 18-year-old girl starting an OnlyFans?
Autonomy from them. And it's very, very obvious and transparent. And it's like...
Also, yeah, quit the fake accent.
The person who had that viral tweet of we need to ban OnlyFans, if you go and look at his other content...
Oh, please tell me why he's a bad guy.
He is literally using these threads that are espousing red pill rhetoric about and about the industry to profit from and to advertise these like anti-porn apps.
Okay, and does that make the argument like, oh my god, oh my goodness, oh my damn, that's not a good pause. That's a
I just saw
like the ultimate end goal of this rhetoric is it's telling men
that was not a
that like when you support OnlyFans, when you support women's right to be a sex worker, the problem is that they're taking your power back from you, and you need to do whatever it takes to like reconsolidate your power and make sure that women are actually the ones being subjugated. It's very similar ultimately to what Andrew Tate says.
Oh my god. She just starts hitting all the talking points, you know?
For the patriarchy, which is this woman, the web.
In her defense, though, I'm not sure what the. All right, let's see the. Let's get it back to Lil Tay and see if that's still holding.
Which is a white supremacist
These two
account.
women have less impact than the crap that hits my toilet bowl.
Thank God.
Also, Nick, really? The Rangers? The Flyers were right there. Just say you're a Capitals or Penguins fan, SMH.
Saying OnlyFans needs to be seriously examined and banned, exploited through childhood.
So this is what they're mad
for money
about
now as an adult.
Because a bunch of pedophiles were waiting for the day that. Again, dude, if an influencer, if a singular influencer did this, it would be a topic. But when hundreds of fucking people were praying for this girl to turn, was it hundreds? Way more than hundreds. When thousands of people were praying for this girl to turn 18 so they could subscribe to like her fucking OnlyFans and then sexualize her, these guys are like, listen, all right, come on, there's no systemic issue here.
I just saw Keffel's tweet.
It's not about child exploitation. It's not about safety. Like if they cared about those things, we would.
Oh, they don't even care about this, guys. No, they're just they're red pill. They don't even care, guys.
Have a lot of very different legal framework than we have right now. Just the way that these child influencer laws are.
Guys, oh, you're really mad that a bunch of fucking pedophiles want to go jerk off to like a barely legal fucking teen girl. Oh, that's fine. That's cool, whatever. But unfortunately, you actually don't care about those issues because Donald Trump and
are not about child safety, and they're not about protecting child influencers. They are about censorship and control.
100%. And I also think that with these types of extreme, like white supremacist accounts joining on these bandwagons, it's like, of course they have ulterior motives. Of course, the women who they care about protecting the most are the white women who they want to be at home.
Oh my God, bro.
Raising their children. Like,
you're both the white women. Oh.
There are so many extremely bigoted ideologies that are the very clear undercurrent of this stuff, but then you have people on the left who don't recognize that and join in.
Kat, thank you so much for chatting with me.
Thank you, Kat, so much. I appreciate you for going on your friend's podcast. Oh my God, what the fuck, dude? She's now 18, but she was exploited as a child. Yeah, look, I'm sorry. I think that turn 18 OnlyFans model of fucking making money is extremely degenerate and insane. Like, that's fucking crazy. I'm not like a pro ban all sex work thing, but yeah, dude, if this person's like literally fucking turning 18 and a bunch of people are standing in line waiting to go look at their fucking explicit accounts, right? Yeah, you're a fucking freak, dude. You're insane. They sound like they're in a prayer group. It's like, I mean, it's probably worse than weird. Yeah. That's insane. That's fucking crazy. I'm glad I found the original clip though. Holy shit. All right. You know what? That's the end of the segment. Maybe I'll look at this video. Fucking maybe I won't, but I have a lot more stuff.